are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Thank God for another beautiful day. Hopefully it'll be a beautiful show, and, well, Montgomery needs a new mayor. Montgomery really needs a new mayor. More leadership. But apparently the mayor's got big plans. We can get to that a little later. The mayor is wanting to put forth a huge bond, like hundreds of millions of dollars. Because things are going so well. When you have issues with crime and violence, what you need is a massive new amenity. That's what you need. And of course, we also have international news. We can do local. We could do international. Trump in Turkey today. Ankara, or something like that. Ankara. Trump over there in Turkey for the NATO summit, saying essentially, if it wasn't in Turkey with this strong guy here, I don't think I would have come because I'm not very happy with a lot of what NATO is doing. Eddie Bader here in the studio with me.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Eddie.
All right.
Just all right?
Yeah, pretty good today.
Yeah.
Trump in Turkey, he's trying to make a deal with it. He's going to even give up some planes over there, maybe, Joe. Did you see that?
Yeah, and I saw Netanyahu saying, please, Mr. President, don't sell the F-35s.
If I remember right, when you and Dan Morris used to have a show,
Yeah.
Dan talked about in Turkey, they actually made parts for the F-35.
Right. And a lot of folks thought that's maybe not the most secure thing in the world.
I agreed with that 1,000%.
And I still think Turkey's kind of like, we would love to be
They're very fringy.
neo-Ottoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, like bring back the Ottoman Empire.
Yes.
Yeah. Perhaps that's actually where things are going. Maybe that's why the Sunni Arabs were so happy to join with even Israel to take on the Shiites in Iran, to bring the Persians down a peg. Yeah, perhaps. And they're all playing this clever, too cute game of like who's going to end up on top.
Yep.
And I think Turkey's in a pretty good position.
Right now they are.
Just from their size, their capabilities. But anyway, on the local issue, you're outside the room, somebody's got to cut bolts or something.
Yeah. We're making jug noodles for fish and catfish.
Oh, nice.
Teaching someone.
Nice. See the mayor after, this awful.
I have not.
Awful murder. There has been a man arrested.
I saw that part today.
And an 18-year-old fella arrested on this. The mayor calling for no bond, the harshest punishment possible. But, life has to go on, right, Eddie?
Right.
Because Montgomery City Council is going to consider advancing a massive $375 million bond issue.
What are we going to buy with that bond?
Probably a big new arena.
Yeah, you think? Are we slowly but surely?
Yeah, he
gonna
wants
watch
it to
the
be
Garrett
this
Coliseum
where they
disappear. Are we slowly but surely going to be watching the Garrett Coliseum disappear?
I thought it already was.
Baby, it's still there. Good.
And actually, no, I don't think that's the best objection to this, because I think Garrett Coliseum would still have a point and purpose for a lot of other things.
I hope so. I'm telling you, man, it's been on the block.
Yeah, but that might be a concern. I'm happy to hear that concern. But it would be this place like the advertiser building they bought downtown.
Oh, that Super Fund?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
a downtown multi-purpose arena, and expanded convention space.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at this like, can you actually afford it? What's your bond rating?
Right. Oh, did we
Like,
struggle
will
with
we
that
have to
not
raise
long ago?
taxes? No, I think we're actually doing all right now.
Okay.
But like, do we have to raise taxes down the road to actually service this bond? Oh, by the way, Jackson Hospital calling for a property tax raise. Now, that might be the county that does it or whatever. In order to stay in business, raise taxes on
Let them go out of
everybody.
business already. Be done with them. Be done with these gangsters that hold us at gunpoint once every couple of months for several $1 million. Be done.
Right. So there's all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
And a few other stories, a few other odds and ends we can get to. Whatever tickles our fancy, like rumors swirling about Mitch McConnell's health. I'm like, just now? Just today?
Okay. I know these are important.
It must be
stories.
like, when somebody says that, by the way, that's an awful, a euphemism is a nice way of saying an awful thing. We're concerned about his health.
That's
And
just-
it's like, wait, is he doing something right? Or
no. Just
no, it means he's
slowly
probably
check
about
it
to
out.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah. We think he's going to die.
Yeah. Not a surprise.
You also have a guy, you remember the guy who ran against Ron DeSantis in Florida, Andrew Gillum?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, he was arrested in
He's had some
Alabama
issues. Yeah.
for drug possession.
Yeah, he's had some issues. So, yeah.
We also have Catholicism growing rapidly with young conservatives in Washington, D.C., which I like seeing very much.
Nothing wrong with that.
Charlie Kirk's family came face to face with the accused killer for the first time in court. Tyler Robinson was seen laughing in court while Erica Kirk was crying just a few feet away. Psychopath. And we could get into the first day. This is a pretrial because normally you have to do a grand jury, like you get a grand jury indictment, but this was, what do they call it, an arrest just on information.
Yep.
So they have to do a pretrial, which doesn't have to meet any of the standards of an actual trial. It's just like probable cause, essentially. Do we have a clear fact pattern here?
Do we go from that to the chair or what? I mean, is
Couldn't
there
happen fast enough.
Right. Is it not an express lane for that?
It's kind of how I feel about that guy, that 18-year-old fella who killed this 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, how fast can we get him there? Like, if it's going to take 20 years, maybe it's not actually a deterrent.
Right. Well, I got to go hang out with my buddies for the next 20 years.
And I would say to Tyler Robinson,
Mhm.
and I would say to the fella, what's his name? I just keep calling him that 18-year-old fella.
Yeah. No, I don't care who it is. I don't care his name. Trash.
Malik Demetrius Melinder, charged with killing 6-year-old Kaylee Taylor. So I would say to Tyler Robinson, and I would say to Malik. And maybe they would actually listen if the death penalty was actually impending, not a few decades from now, some abstraction.
Right.
But man will get his justice. You're proven in a court of law for doing these awful things, and we think you did them.
Mm-hmm.
It's alleged. You'll have your day in court. That is proven. A jury of your peers finds you guilty. Man's justice should come on you like the sky.
Yep.
But before man's justice falls on you like the sky, you better repent, because God's justice comes like a thief, and it lasts for all time. Need to put the fear of God back into some of these folks.
Mhm.
So right now, I don't think we can hug our ways out of this.
Nope.
In fact, I saw some good ideas out of some folks in Montgomery. It's actually what I've been saying for a while. When the mayor first brought up the crime intervention stuff,
Mhm.
like the early intervention, anti-violence intervention, I'm like, I looked into it. I'm like, this only works if you also have pardon me, kick-ass group of folks that are ready to enforce
At
laws.
the go. Yep.
So essentially, you find the folks. I think the study I saw was Hampton, Virginia.
Okay.
Majority black city, about the same size. So it's like, it's not a demographic thing. It's not the community. It's not the blah, 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 blah. No, about the same style of city.
Mm-hmm.
What do? Oh, we know who's causing the problem. We know not just the people shooting, but we know the families that are enabling this.
Mm-hmm.
We know who's causing the problem. So what we'll do is we'll go to these folks and give them options. Like, you want to keep doing this? because we will help you. Genuinely, we will help you. If what your problem is desperation, we'll help. But if they say no and don't change, then you have the arm of the law come down on them hard. In fact, they did this out in Oakland. How did Oakland get their numbers down? Because they had anti-crime task force like SWAT teams, and they had the early prevention stuff. You got to do both. As soon as they took the pressure off in Oakland, with the SWAT teams and the actual violent enforcement, the violence came back.
Yes, it did.
You need the carrot and the stick.
Yep.
And in many ways, that reflects God's justice. Because even the worst, He'll accept your repentance, but it actually has to be from a true, broken, contrite heart. And then there are other aspects of God of just how merciful He is. And, sometimes it can feel like, because of the suffering and pain of the world, like, wow, that's honestly probably still, it's the best argument against God is the problem of evil. Or the problem of natural suffering, or so-called natural evil. Not so much you did a terrible, man suffers because 18-year-olds kill 6-year-olds, or a guy who's into sodomy and furry play decides to shoot somebody's head right off. Like, that's evil, and that's brought about by the wicked wills of these men who did it.
Okay.
But I mean, like, why does a 3-year-old get sick?
Yeah.
And die? Kids with unexplained fevers. All of a sudden, most kids fine. They do good, take some Tylenol, the kid's okay. But sometimes, kids done. Sometimes it's a very rare disease, and you got to wonder, well, why does that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Why do all these things happen? And there are a lot of theological explanations that aren't exactly emotionally satisfying at times, but I do buy them. I think man had a unique place and has a unique place in God's creation. And when Adam and Eve did what they did, it brought, say, futility and decay across all of creation. It cracked creation itself in many ways. Like, when things are going right, folks, the angels envy us. But things didn't go right.
Mm-hmm.
And we still live in that world where things went very, very wrong. But sometimes there's this idea of happy fault. That sometimes the struggles and the rough things, the pain or the wound in you, actually makes you better. You often hear this on self-inflicted stuff like addicts. They talk about they don't regret a thing because it made them who they are.
Right.
And you will even hear, though it's the more difficult ones, somebody that loses a 3-year-old realize that it's because of God's grace that I am still able to live life and participate in His joy. And I can't blame God for that. This is just the way of the world. And I know that person taken so young. And I think this 6-year-old shot here is already with the Lord. There's a reason we're told to love the Lord like little children, to be childlike. So the more difficult one is like, why do bad things happen when you didn't bring it on?
Mm-hmm.
But before I give, say, a final answer on that, or my final punchline on that, though it's no joke, you want to hear what I did a little bit this weekend?
Sure, what'd you do, bro?
Well, I found myself walking through Old Cloverdale.
Okay.
In Montgomery, like right off Fairview,
Mm-hmm.
In the wee hours of the night, like right on that 5 points or whatever, how many points it is, that intersection with the Cloverdale Playhouse and Dino's, and there's the Capri and all that stuff. Yeah, and it was a house, like people were house sitting I was hanging out with.
Mm-hmm.
And great time. But and we stayed up late and we watched like the president speak. See any of that speech?
Yep.
Really good speech. Like the 104-year-old fella stood up and saluted. I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We actually, as a group, said a Rosary for America. Yeah, they have those.
Yeah.
Like a whole patriotic rosary, where the intention is for people in every state, souls of every state, as you go through it. But after all that, like, watch that amazing fireworks
That was
show.
a good one.
And somebody wanted to got some snakes and got some M80s.
Yeah.
Like, asked me, how do you light this? I'm like, I don't know. Let me fold up and just light the fuse and get away from it.
Light fuse, run away.
Yeah, I think that's simple. And so, yeah, like some firecrackers went off, some snakes grew. It's like, yeah, I did hear somebody go, "Oh, look at them grow," and I'm like, yeah.
Okay, so with the snakes,
I don't. But this person particularly liked them. They're the one who bought them.
well,
so.
the new thing that came out this year is it's a poop emoji, and the snakes. You like that? That's
Yeah,
the snakes used to be fun, but they kind of gave me the groceries this year when I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe that speaks something's wrong with you, Eddie Bader.
So I got grossed out by it.
It's not just God you need to be childlike with. Maybe life.
That's my problem.
But I found myself walking through Old Cloverdale.
Yeah.
In Montgomery in the wee hours of this recent 4th of July Saturday. So this is after all that stuff I described.
Mhm.
I had decided to accompany a quirky, hilarious young woman I had just met at church who was hanging out that night, who insisted on finding a park before the stroke of midnight.
I could have helped you there.
I admit I was charmed by her jaunty persistence that she needed to listen to Chicago Saturday in the Park in an actual park.
Yes. On the 4th of July.
And before the stroke of midnight marked the start of July 5th, because it was getting late. I also, because it was so late, felt duty bound not to let this young woman, who is not native to these parts, stroll alone in the dark through any Montgomery neighborhood, no matter how historic or the stuff of F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Good call.
So we set off, wary of tomorrow. Tomorrow was going to be there soon. As we walked under the neighborhood's lush tree canopy, catching glimpses, it was a half moon. Half moon's light through the canopy, amidst the sound of last-ditch firecrackers popping off.
Bullets.
In the distance. We did what any two strangers might do on such a wholesome late-night adventure. We talked, got to know one another. That's when she asked a simple, innocent question, a question I have learned to brace for since July of 2015. So what does your mom do? She asked. She's dead, I answered blankly. Died 10 years ago. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I asked. It's okay. It gets better with time, though it never goes away. It will actually be 11 years ago this upcoming Wednesday since she passed. We kept walking and talking, found a park next to First United Methodist Church, and she made a quick video bopping along to Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. I couldn't help but laugh.
Right.
I had been laughing at her quirks the whole evening. Not to give too much away, she had way too many videos saved of George W. Bush. Just loves George W. Bush. It's not even a political thing. And I'm like, what is this? This person
Really? W?
Yeah, I know. But no, there's plenty of these videos and I'm like, like the Watch Us Drive video and him bopping along himself, dancing to stuff. Like, I don't know. But anyway, I found it very endearing and awesome. So I couldn't help but laugh as she was sitting there bopping to Chicago Saturday in the park. Just in time, I said to her. It's almost tomorrow. Tomorrow, as I sit here today, tomorrow is when my life forever changed. Tomorrow is a day I tried to forget. Tomorrow is a day that never dies. Tomorrow, the day of her death. Tomorrow, Wednesday, July 8th, is a date my memory always finds even when I wish it was lost. The more I run away, the more that day stays in my flesh, as though every new destination always arrives with the same old thorn of her loss. Perhaps I'm haunted. Perhaps I'm blessed. Either way, the loss is something my life, for better or worse, will always have gained. Perhaps I am cursed to always feel the mark of yesterday's pain. Yet perhaps tragedy is a grace and tribulation a gift. Perhaps from our deepest wounds grow roses of everlasting change. This hole in my heart For so long, it has only reminded me of the pain. This hole has haunted me each passing year, each year's tomorrow the same. I tried to fill it, tried to patch it, I tried to numb it, just forget the day. But all the diversions and distractions ended the same way, running from yesterday as tomorrow always came. Yet on the eve of this year's tomorrow, something has changed. I no longer wish to forget or numb the pain. I no longer wish to run from the sufferings of tomorrow or yesterday. I long to stay, face to face, grateful for the tragedies of the day, and to cherish late-night strolls in search of a park. I long to listen to the hole in my heart, where in remembrance bells of sorrow and hope together now ring. Though I will always have lost a mother yesterday and tomorrow, I can now hear a mother sing. From the depths I hear Rachel weeping for her children, just as I weep for the mother taken from me. From the depths I hear Mary, Mother Mary's soul, magnifying the Lord with pitch-perfect humility, showing me what a true servant of the Lord should be. From the depths I hear the consolation of my own mother's psalm that she would sing as a lullaby, softly serenading me to sleep as the little one tucked into bed. From the depths I hear what the prophet Jeremiah said, in many ways responding to Rachel, that's the mother of Joseph and Benjamin, wife of Jacob. As Jeremiah said, "Thus says the Lord, keep your voice from weeping and your eyes from tears, for your work shall be rewarded, says the Lord, and they shall come back from the land of the enemy. There is hope for your future, says the Lord, and your children shall come back to their own country." From the depths of this hole in my heart, I feel the comfort a mother brings, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit rejoicing in the songs the mother sings on the eve of tomorrow. When I read that to my grandfather, it's made him sad. So I lost a mother, he lost a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And in some ways, you got to wonder which is worse. And I almost thought, I'm not a parent. I suspect losing a child is much worse. Everybody eventually, usually loses their parent, except for those who go before their parents go. But I sometimes also wonder, should I do this? I don't do this every year. Like I said, I tried to forget. Just let it go. Why are you still crying about that? Why are you still smarting about that? Don't wallow in it. Yada, yada, yada. But there's a reason I'm often, sometimes forgetful of it, but that's when you get some of the best reminders. Guess what? This is at 1819news.com, the thing I published today. Most of what's at 1819 News has to do with local politics.
Right.
Or, the deductions from paychecks from teachers going to unions being a forsaken and godless thing, says Ernie Yarborough. Which, I don't like the deductions, but that's a pretty forsaken and godless. Like, are we talking about like home, like remedy abortions, or like, what are we, like, let's use our language carefully. But, we're beyond that these days. But I sometimes get a reminder, because I just wrote from my heart. And really do appreciate that young woman providing a little bit of whimsy. It was a very gentle reminder of the upcoming anniversary tomorrow. But I got an email this morning. I don't always get responses. A lot of feedback, some more than others. It's amazing, by the way, how negative emotion really gets people going.
Yeah. Motivates people like nobody's business.
Right. But I got this email from a woman. I'll leave her name anonymous. She said, "Joey, thank you for sharing this piece. Putting your most devastated and vulnerable self out there takes so much courage. I don't always read all the articles at 1819 News. that said God wanted me to see yours. Because my daughter, aged 3 years, 9 months, and 4 days, died 38 years ago on July 8th. This date is always a reminder, this woman writes me, a reminder to me of God's presence, steadfast love, and faithfulness through every circumstance of my life. Without this, the losses would have been intolerable. I'm thankful that you, too, have been able to sing in the darkest nights, praying for your peace on this day. And it's sad. I get why it made my grandfather sad, why it's making me sad right now. But you might find under the sadness the deepest joy you could think of. Because it's not just your parents. See, again, it's those children you lost too. Your children shall come back to their own country.
Mm-hmm.
We'll all be reunited once again in the New Jerusalem. Including that little girl that was taken. And all who actually fall on their knees with a broken, contrite heart and repent. But as we started this conversation, this segment, keep in mind, folks, that the justice that men can bring upon others, oh, it's nothing to the justice of God if you try to deny his grace or you harm one of his children. But that's why I put stuff like that out. Because I know there are a lot of folks who have gone through worse things than me. Similar things. We all do. And often I think it gets lost in the shuffle. Especially in where there's so many distractions of what actually gets people through the day because they don't get a chance to talk about it.
Right.
I doubt this woman who emailed me today gets an opportunity to often say that to somebody. And, you know, like I told that quirky young lady walking to the park, it does get better with time. It does. But something has been really brought back to life in me. Not just my mom, my grandmother, a lot of the women. You know, my grandfather and I, for a while now, have been men without women.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got our Aunt Kim. We got my cousin Annie,
Yeah.
her daughter. That's about it. Now, there's all sorts of women that'll take my grandfather to go to the doctor's office for church and stuff.
Sure.
Also, yeah, and there's great next door neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
These sorts of things. But like, you know, the women that were closest to us, they're not around. And because of my swashbuckling, well, I can't even give myself that label, because of my depraved, drunken sadness, being a drugged up Eeyore for so many years, I have not exactly brought a woman into the fold. But there's of like this sense of like, I don't know, my mother, my grandmother, in a way that's not just sad, but in a way that's like it's not even me in charge of it anymore, if that makes any sense. Like I get up every morning and I pray with the sun rise. I say a rosary. It's my favorite spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandfather mentioned me the other day, you know, your grandmother sat in that exam spot for hours on end. Like, Interesting. And I say interesting because, well, I don't know if there's a word to really capture when you have these little moments. You know, and I saw the vice president, J.D. Vance, talking with Michael Knowles the other day about his moments. Like Knowles asked him straight up if he had any visions, like seen ghosts. Like people have these things when they have these spiritual conversion stories. He's like, no, But he had little things that actually were kind of like, I was late for confession and I was thinking I shouldn't go, but a voice told me to go. And all like 20 traffic lights were green in a row. And that never happens. And I got there on time. And Vance made a good point because it could be something of profound loss or like an amazing accomplishment, like just a huge gift of talent and just ability and hard work paying off. Or it could be little small moments like, that without even knowing it, you're sitting there exactly where your grandmother was, almost like holding her hand. Or, you make it to somewhere you're late all of a sudden because you really need to confess to God. But Vance made the point of, I think everybody gets these signals. Big ways, small ways.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets them, including the 18-year-old who killed that 6-year-old. Including Tyler Robinson, including the cynical jackals that laugh at all this stuff, make jokes of it, including the big overgrown crybabies that just turn their back on the world and weep all day. Don't want to pay attention to it. People that give themselves over to their anger, their envy, their lust, all these other things. And by the way, everything I just named, I could easily find moments in my life where that was me, the big overgrown crybaby just turning his back on the world, or the jackal laughing at everything, or all the moments of my fear, my anger, my envy, my lust. But even when you're in those states, God's trying to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to be willing to listen. Because you might even find yourself going 60 on a jet ski in some big, stanky water.
Was it stanky? How is it stanky?
I think you're just used to it, Eddie Bader.
Do you know the water that flows out of your tap comes from that lake?
I don't drink tap water. I drink Evian. I'll drink tap. I'll drink tap on occasion. But no, even if you're out on that big water on a big backs jet ski, and like it's really just a Kenny Powers moment in your life.
Total Kenny Powers moment.
There was a moment where I just wanted to say, "Thank you, God," because it doesn't always have to be some big, dramatic, sad, tragic thing. Sometimes it's just as, what a beautiful day. It was a good day Friday.
Yeah.
Anyway. Enough of that.
By the way, your jet ski didn't run the next day.
Yeah? Why?
I don't know, Joey.
Why? Did I do something?
No, started solenoid went out. But it was just ironic that she was giving me a hard time about letting you ride her jet ski. And I was like, what could happen? And the next day, it would start.
Well, you know me, I like to ride it pretty hard.
That's what I told her. So
Yeah.
he was pretty rough on it.
Mm-hmm. First, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You were
And then
fine.
initially, and then it did hit a point where it's like, oh, this is, you just start feeling
Just
it
go.
and trusting it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. Now, I didn't go as far as you. I saw you standing up.
I'll do that.
You look like a
I've been riding jet
freaking
skis since I was
frog
12
on
years
that
old.
thing.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
like with those big old board shorts.
Yeah, and the no butt. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Like ribbit.
Yeah, I know. I thought about getting padding, but I know you'd call me out on it, so I'll just stick with the flat butt right now.
Yeah, and I was unintentionally jumping some of the wake like it was freaking half pipe. Like
Yeah.
there was one that snuck up on me. And I'm like, I guess we're just hitting this. I hit it sideways. Woo! Like, daggum.
Yeah.
Blow my
It's a
back
lot of
out.
fun. A lot of fun, but as you get older, yeah, your back kind of hurts a little bit the next day. Were you okay the next day?
Yeah.
I mean, you work out and all, so a lot of times I'm a little bit sore afterwards, but just the old man.
I was
body.
tired. I have
Yeah.
to admit. I think it was more the heat. But yeah, no, it was a bit of a workout.
And what about the ladies at the waterfall?
Oh, we saw a few, but I don't know if you would call them ladies.
Hold on, Joey. Did I not deliver on what we promised? Ladies of Slap Out at the waterfall. Were there not some ladies in bikinis at the waterfall?
They look a little more like moms.
Moms are not women all of a sudden? Are you confused?
Oh, when you're like, the ladies. I'm like, I'm not thinking of some mom who's like,
Well, look, man, we don't put the teeny boppers out there. We put real women out there at the waterfall. Women that can fix a boat, change a tire, those kind of things. Those women look like they could do that. this weekend.
I did appreciate the cool water, like on the
coming
coming
out.
that waterfall, that ground
Yeah.
water. Pretty nice stuff.
Didn't appreciate the.
I wish that could come out of the tap, you know. Maybe I wouldn't have to go with Evian French Alp spring water.
Probably
Which is
is.
probably out of somebody's backyard. They just brand it. That's good. It's got
Do you
silica
remember
in it.
that movie Slumdog Millionaire?
Yeah.
Remember they had the bottled water, so you always ordered the bottled water, but it was just them in the back, and they, whatever brand you wanted, they had a used bottle ready to go.
Anyway.
But so your fourth in general, how was Montgomery for the fourth?
Good.
Was it?
It was low key. It was quiet.
Low key?
Yeah. It was
Good deal.
like me and 5 other folks.
But I mean, did the city pop off? Was there any
No.
big issues or anything?
Not that I noticed.
Good.
I mean, there were some murders and stuff. That
Yeah.
happened, but no, in terms of general atmosphere, no. It
Good.
was fine. And I really did think the DC, like Ray Ball's telling his story about his DC
Wasn't that
trip
great?
was amazing.
Wasn't that great? But I really
Amazing.
enjoyed the fireworks that we saw, I guess, from the Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay.
How it was raining behind the raining.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That looked really cool. That looked really cool.
Anyway, we got to hit a break.
All right.
First, this entire part of the program,
Mm-hmm.
this entire long segment, brought to you by Dylan Rings. They're back, baby.
Are they back,
That's how
Joey?
America's back. Dylan Rings is back at it
Good deal.
after celebrating.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they're back in action. And they do want to say it was an unforgettable week that they took off to celebrate America
bet.
250. Hoping everyone and their family, friends had a great time. But Josh Jeweler is already hard at work on custom designs and repairs as we speak. So whether it's a new engagement ring, resizing your wedding band, or restoring a family heirloom, they're ready to help you there at Dylan Rings. So check them out today. We'll tell you more about them, more of the services they offer. But really, the bottom line is anything to do with jewelry.
Yeah.
These folks can handle it. Josh and Leslie over at Dylan Rings. Stop by 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway, and be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
I suffered with plantar fasciitis for almost 20 years. I would try drugstore insoles and supports.
If you suffer with plantar fasciitis, we know the search for pain relief can feel like a hopeless ordeal.
I've been through surgeries, foot injections. I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life.
At the Good Feet store, we hear stories every day of all kinds of cheap inserts, expensive shoes, and other failed remedies people have tried that just didn't work.
I was trying all different things. Not a single one worked. And then I was driving past the Good Feet store, and I thought, why not? Give it a try. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet. Then it was like, okay, this is different. These make a difference.
I'm so glad I met Good Feet. That changed my life.
Don't lose hope. Give the Good Feet store a try.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a man from outer space.
What's up, Earthling?
I see you've landed your spacecraft over there in that field.
That's right, man.
My question is, why have you landed here on our planet?
I came to see David Ernest.
The asset preservationist?
Yeah, man. I wanted to see if he would take a look at my portfolio for me.
Well, before you make the trip over there, call him on his toll-free number, 833-596-7233.
And I understand those last 4 digits spell out the word safe.
That is correct.
Funny thing happened the last time I came to Earth.
What was that?
I went to the Walmart, man.
Yes?
And I accidentally went in the back door.
How did that work out?
Well, they stopped me and very gently told me that I needed to go around front and come in.
And then what did you do?
I said, cool, man. Take me to your greeter.
You flew millions of miles just for that.
Hey, man, I don't write them. I just read them.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street's benchmark started the day in mixed fashion as tech stocks gave back a chunk of the gains from yesterday's rally. In Asia, chipmaker Samsung Electronics slumped 7.7%, even after announcing its operating income surged 19-fold to $58.7 billion in the last quarter, while its revenue more than doubled. U.S. chipmaker Broadcom, which helped to pull the markets higher yesterday with a 3.7% gain, gave most of that back overnight, sliding 2.8% before the opening bell. Artificial intelligence stocks have gyrated on fears of a bubble, raising questions about whether all of the dollars flowing into AI chips and data centers can possibly create enough gains in productivity and profits to offset all the investments. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a pretty typical July week underway with very little day-to-day change. High temperatures most days in the low to mid-90s, triple-digit heat indices, lows at night mostly in the lower 70s. And, of course, the radar will light up each day with those random spotty afternoon and evening showers and storms. They tend to fade out at night. Some can produce intense lightning and very heavy downpours. That's par for the course in July. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. 272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. Now, would you be for this new, big, brand new arena? Like a multi-purpose convention center, like 300, what was it, 375?
Joey, the last 2 business ventures that the city of Montgomery have gotten into, I've been anti, and they have proven to be a leech on the city. I don't see this being any different. Sorry.
Yeah, the city council will vote on a resolution expressing official intent to incur not to exceed $375 million of tax-exempt general obligation warrants, Series 2026B, whatever the hell that means. $375 million in bonds to go towards funding various city projects, a downtown arena and convention center expansion, and bond service fees.
Yeah. I want a breakdown.
You want more of a breakdown?
I need a breakdown. And they're not going to give it to you. And the reason why is because everybody go, well,
no, I do know off the top of my head that there are like, the way I think this has come about is the mayor wants this big convention center.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bulk
we talked about that.
of the money. And so other folks on the council have been like, okay, if we're going to do this, if we're going to the bond market, let's get it for this project, this project, this project, that product, especially if you want our support. And so it's like, okay, we're going to do this. Let's just all do it at once. And he gets the big cake.
Damn the people. You think the people of Montgomery want this, Joey? That occupational tax is going to keep getting pushed too? You know, that's going to come back up. And it's probably going to be because we got to pay this bond.
Not under Coach Tuberville.
I'm loving to see Tuberville get here. He can't get here quick enough.
Anyway, that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the city council will be checking
You know
on
what's out
it,
there, Joey? Chlamydia. Chlamydia is out there, Joey, but that don't mean we got to go mess with it.
It's not the Eddie Bader I know. Let's go to Simpler Days. Hey, Simpler Days, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, gentlemen. I really like the way Eddie draws a parallel to things.
Yeah, me too. It's almost like he just takes life experience and makes sense of it that way.
Two shots.
Especially the moms in their bikinis. Joey, I just can't believe you can't have an eye for beauty and artwork.
Not only that, these women, say you had a breakdown of a vehicle. You had to, say you run out of gas and you push it like 100 feet to the gas pump. These kind of women can do that.
Yeah.
They're not passenger princesses. They're ready to work.
Yeah, it's just the way he's like, come see the ladies. It's like,
Did I not show you ladies?
like somebody's mom?
Ladies or moms are not ladies now. And plus, who in this group likes older women? Joey.
That's a lie. Anyway, Simpler Days, I hope this is not what you wanted to talk about.
Well, what I wanted to talk about was the arena and tourism. And have either one of y'all watched the British couple on YouTube that goes across the United States?
Yes, the one that really they go here in the South a lot. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, they've got a large following, evidently. It supports their activities. But anyway, have you seen the one where they came to Montgomery?
Yep. Did you see Ziegler walk by?
Yeah.
Missed out there.
He missed out.
And they said, he's talking about it. He said, people have told us to go to Huntsville. They told us to go to Mobile. They told us to go to Birmingham. And they're asking citizens, why hasn't anybody told us to come to Montgomery? And everybody kind of, and it's kind of like crime. But I just think that they need to do something about crime before they build an arena. Because if you're not safe down there, coming in and out, it's not going to be long. And we got to remember that the mayor controls all of this. And I found out yesterday, gentlemen, that the mayor, in all his wisdom, has decided to demote his deputy chiefs.
Oh, no.
Right up under their chief, yeah. And he can't mess with their pay because that has to go through the personnel board. But he's taking their stars from them and reassigning them duties, and he's moving his buddy friend from Mobile, Batiste, into that position. And so now we have a morale issue within the department because you have worked your way up the ladder to reach that position or positions, and you wear the stars, and now they're going to pull the rug out from under you and reassign you as a major. See, that's the kind of stuff he does behind closed doors. And yet they wonder why they can't keep anybody. They wonder why, because why would you work and do all the overtime, work on the holidays, work all the crappy details, and you reach a position, and now you're going to have Napoleon pull the rug out from under you. I just think he needs to focus more on crime and less, because what good is building this palace down there? And every time the city gets involved in one of these projects that the private sector should be doing, just like the recycling plant that's a strange mayor got us involved in, that we end up, taxpayers, toting the bill, and they don't care. It's not their money.
Right.
Well, I hope somebody with some sense says, let's put the brakes on this for a minute. But
yeah, we'll see. I guess the council's going to visit that tonight, but I wonder, I imagine something this big, there's been a lot of conversation over the months.
Plus, if we're putting this big downtown arena here, so you're going to draw more crowd, which is great. You're going to get more cops. Because you kind of got to have a cop to people ratio, especially downtown.
And I had this conversation about the water park. It's like amenities, like a convention center, a white water park, amenities aren't a bad thing in and of themselves. But if you don't have the fundamentals, like all you're giving me is sprinkles, where's the ice cream?
Well, if every time I go to one of those amenities, I got to worry about my safety, guess what? I don't go.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reputation. I mean, according to those British tourists and the people they talk to, that's the reputation of Montgomery. So he needs to get that cleaned up. ASAP. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Appreciate it,
Simple
Simple Days. And I just have a sense too. It's going to be like, well, the convention will bring in like new official like business conferences
Of
and
course.
stuff like that. And I think we're going to end up with like the Black Furry Alliance.
What about the Civic Center that's down there now? I mean I'm sorry,
Renaissance?
Renaissance. Is it gonna? Are we gonna kind of put that out of business because we've got a
No.
bigger one next door?
No, not necessarily. Because I don't know, like the Renaissance does a lot of business and a lot of different things that aren't convention, like big. What he's going for are big conventions that other spots are getting, and do it in a low cost of living area. And like I get the idea, but I also like what I would have a lot of questions if I was on the council. Like, well, how are you gonna bid this out? Number one. Like, and you brought up, isn't there a super fund? Like
There is
like a cleanup? How much is
here's
that
the
going to
thing.
cost?
How deep do we have to dig to get to decent dirt? Where are we going to get the other dirt to replace this dirt with? There's a whole super fund issue
And
that I
what's
think
like,
they're not addressing.
basic questions like, what's the time horizon? Like, say it works, and you're clearly going to probably be over budget. Like, what's the time horizon on return on such a huge investment?
Oh, there's no RTO on that. There's no return on investment.
Now you will have to say that Montgomery downtown looks different because people a long time ago made decisions.
But it looks more vacant than ever if you go down there
I
past
agree.
7 o'clock.
And how packed out is the Biscuit Stadium?
I haven't been, honestly, I can't say I haven't been this year.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't want to. I just never got around to it.
So, again, amenities in and of themselves are not awful things. It's more like, where are the fundamentals?
Yep.
Like, amenities can attract people to a city, but you also have to have the fundamentals.
It's not even fundamentals. It's just basic law enforcement.
Yeah.
And
Isn't fundamentals and basics synonyms?
No, I would think fundamentals are just a little bit higher than the basics. We ain't even at the
No,
basics.
I think the fundamentals are more deep.
We don't even have
much
the basics.
deeper than the basics.
I mean, if we don't have, like the last time, when was that mass shooting they had downtown? They flat out said we didn't have enough cops. Cops were sitting in the car, things like that. So we're going to bring in a bigger venue that's going to bring in more people, but not one talk of, hey, we might need to get some more cops first.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of put the cart in front of the horse.
When it's gone for nobody wants to do the job to now we're competing with all these other places that are hiring cops. And it's like, yeah, we are. And
We
it's
are.
still point simpler days made that it's not necessarily about the money
No.
or the incentives. Because actually, they've passed a lot of stuff, raises and financial package
But if you know you've got a ceiling no matter what, no matter how much you work, no matter how many overtime days you give, how much of your life you give to that job, if you know there's a ceiling and there's nothing you can do to get around that ceiling, that's just demoralizing. And you won't do the job near as good. You'll start looking for reasons to get out. Guess what? Sheriff's Department's going to be hiring again. Guarantee they're fixing to pick up a few good men and women.
And it's like, I think also this kick I'm on,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, you know how we really make a city, like the place we live, like great? We don't go back to church. Don't do that. You got enough people going to church and sinning already. Like, you don't go back to church. What you do is you build a convention center so we can get Lizzo. If we just get Lizzo in Montgomery playing her flute, we'll be all right.
Kind of warmed up to her a little bit.
Sure.
I really have. I've warmed up to Lizzo since she lost some weight.
No, but that will make the quality of life for so many people, and Lizzo's just one example. Like, if you can get these big acts, I'm sorry, that was not a pun. If you can get these big acts, then Montgomery will be better for everybody.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Who are we doing this for? When are we going to do something for the local people? Although they are allowing...
Well, local people like Lizzo, too. Yeah, but even if, like, the local people love it, it's like, okay, we went to a concert.
Well, I'm tired of...
Great.
And I'm not a citizen of Montgomery, so I shouldn't complain, but I'm tired of living in cities where they're doing stuff for the people that, except for the people that live in the city.
Hmm.
How about giving some services back? How about patching some of these roads? Good Lord.
Anyway, well, that's more of a Fed thing.
See, but that's the
That's
problem.
the state's responsibility.
Exactly. That's pointing fingers. No, it's not me. It's you. How about, like the post office in Prattville.
I
know
knew
we
you
talk
were
about
going to
this
say
too
that.
much.
Just go cut the grass.
I'm ready to. I think every week we should just meet as a committee and cut the damn grass at the post office in Prattville because it is a disgrace.
No, you could start a group called the Zero Turn Vigilantes.
Chances are we're going to arrest it. I could see us getting arrested.
I want to see you get arrested on your zero turn mower.
They have to catch me, man. That thing's fast. It's like 19 horsepower.
I took the governor off it.
I'll pop a wheelie.
It can go.
But it's little things like that. But when you put that out to the people that are supposed to be in charge, they're quick to go, oh, yeah, but that's Joe Bob. Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution.
Yeah, it's kind of like how I felt about the Whitewater Park. Like, the idea in and of itself, not the worst idea in the world. I get that why you want something like this. But I just do not have trust in the follow through or the way it will be.
You know what's going to happen.
Done.
Mark my word. It will be sold for $1 to the highest bidder with a feather.
Anyway, we got to hit a break. This part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing, and they're at Cole Plumbing. James and the team are ready to help you out with any and all of your plumbing needs.
Ooh, I bet some people needed them July 4th, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Had friends over.
All that
Barbecue.
heat, too.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Oh, man. Oh, I know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
too. Talking about toilets not working anymore.
Strangers in your toilet.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Nope.
That's no, even if it's a family member. You're like, there's a reason we don't live with Uncle Bob.
Right.
So check out Cole Plumbing today. Maybe Uncle Bob did something awful in your bathroom. Or it could be you want nicer things like a new toilet or maybe a tankless water heater system.
Yeah, you want something more efficient like that tankless hot water heater.
Could be you were cleaning it up after the 4th of July and you realize your garbage disposal stinks and does not actually dispose of much
It
of
might
anything.
have went out on the 4th of July. Mm-hmm.
So just call them up today. And it could also be like a big job, like a big leak. Cole Plumbing can handle it for you.
They sure can.
Just call them direct at 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl,
call on Cole, Joey.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump insists the U.S. should control Greenland, reviving that issue at the NATO summit going on today in Turkey. He claims the island is crucial for the U.S. It also says it's surrounded by vulnerability to both Chinese and Russian vessels. The president made the comments during a meeting with the Turkish president, Recep Erdogan, today. Meanwhile, the possibility of billions of dollars in new defense spending deals as NATO allies may purchase some U.S.-made products. The British military says 3 tankers have been struck by projectiles in the Strait of Hormuz in the latest attacks targeting vessels moving through the narrow mouth of the Persian Gulf. The new assaults threatening to choke off the flow of traffic, and that means rising oil prices, which in turn has led to weaker values on Wall Street. Right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average off by about 120 points, and the NASDAQ down by about 180. This is SRN News.
Here's something nobody tells you about owning a home. While you were at work, your house was working too. Property values went up. You paid down principal. Your house quietly earned you tens of thousands of dollars, maybe a lot more, and never asked for a thing in return. The average American homeowner has built 6 figures in equity over the last few years. 6 figures. And most have never collected a penny of it. Fellowship Home Loans helps you collect. For over 20 years, Mike and Brian have shown families how to put that equity to work. A HELOC, a cash-out refi. Money for the renovation, the debt consolidation you need, or that project you've been putting off. Everything is done in-house. One roof, one team, all with a servant-led mentality. People who treat you like family. Your home already paid you. Go cash the check. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G or call 800-510-MIKE. 800-510-6453. 800-510-MIKE. Fellowship Home Loans. Mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819388.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Victoryland.
Victoryland Casinos, crowning $25K free play giveaway. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too.
Rich Thomas Weather. Well, hi, everybody. We've got a pretty typical July week underway with very little day-to-day change. High temperatures most days in the low to mid-90s, triple-digit heat indices. Lows at night mostly in the lower 70s. And, of course, the radar will light up each day with those random spotty afternoon and evening showers and storms. They tend to fade out at night. Some can produce intense lightning and very heavy downpours. That's par for the course in July. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed addressed the drive-by shooting of 6-year-old Kaylee Taylor at a press briefing Monday afternoon. Reed described Taylor's death as a senseless act of violence and a heinous tragedy. Reed added, when those responsible are found guilty, they're given the maximum sentence to send a message. The mayor also called for the perpetrators to be denied bond upon apprehension. 3 people have been arrested after an attempted drug deal led to a shooting in Elmore County. The incident happened July 2nd in the Titus area, where the 18-year-old male victim met with teenage suspects to buy drugs. The victim was shot during the attempted deal and remains hospitalized. The 3 teenage suspects, 2 males and a female, were arrested on Sunday. Funding for those taking part in Alabama's Choose Act educational savings account is now available for the upcoming school year. Up to $7,000 will be distributed for children attending private schools or $2,000 for homeschooling. There were a record number of almost 49,000 Choose Act applications submitted this year. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
A new year brings new opportunities, and right now the market is starting to shift.
Interest rates are beginning to come down, which means more buying power and more options for buyers who've been waiting.
If you're thinking about buying a home, this could be the moment to take that next step.
And whether you're buying, selling, or investing, having experience on your side matters more than ever.
At Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, we're also growing our team.
If you're an experienced agent ready to make a difference in this market and want to be part of a team that values knowledge, support, and results, call Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, where opportunity meets experience.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Our front paws, hands or feet.
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Vader, still here. Hey, how are you?
All right. Much better now.
And joining us now, we have Madeline Cannon with Alabama Home Mortgage. Hey, Madeline, how are you?
Hey, guys. Doing good. How are you today?
I'm great.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. Did y'all have a good holiday?
Oh, yeah. We were just talking about me on that jet ski.
Yeah.
And I have to say, my main takeaway of seeing those photos is like, I have not been outside much.
Well,
he looks like, what was that guy, the singer, the real gothy guy, Marilyn Manson. You're so white.
that's a bit extreme.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I
He
did.
painted himself, literally painted himself with sunblock.
Well, that's good.
Susanna even said, I've never seen a man apply that much sunblock.
You weren't watching?
No, Susanna said that, not me.
Oh, she said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I haven't been outside.
Yeah, you don't want to burn.
Right. And I did get a tiny little burn right here.
Oh, my God. If anything, the sun got burned from reflecting back off a jacket.
But yeah, I had a great time.
Good. Did y'all participate in the parade?
I went out to the parade. Next year, I want to do this. People were dressed up and everything. We went out and looked at it with some friends this weekend. And yeah, next year, we're on a boat.
It's a lot of fun. Our neighborhood does a parade, a golf cart parade.
Oh, y'all do the golf cart parade?
We do.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And I felt real confident in our entry this year. We had a huge Uncle Sam hat on the top, and the boys had Uncle Sam hats on, so I was going for the cute factor.
Oh, I love that.
But as soon as we drove up to get in line, I was like, oh, we've lost.
What happened?
There was a cart in front of us that was incredible. One of our neighbors is a Marine, and he made his golf cart look like a tank. And he was all dressed up, you know, his BDUs and his helmet. I mean, it was well done. I said, look, if you don't win, there is no justice in the world. So
Well, good deal.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It feels like the country is back, but it also feels like I'm looking at the economy and stuff. Like, when are we going to hit that gear? You know.
I know. I wish I could tell you. I will say that we have started to see sales pick up, which is pretty usual this time of year, especially in July. Everybody's that last minute hustle before school starts in August.
Right.
But still an inventory shortage, especially of existing homes.
Yes.
Most of the inventory, you go on realtor.com and type in your preferred zip code where you want to be, and the first 3 or 4 pages is going to be nothing but new construction.
Yep.
So, and there's some, and that's great. I mean, we love our new construction builds, but there are a lot of people who, you know, want something outside of a subdivision or want an existing home that maybe has some of those extra character type.
Maybe a couple acres on it.
Yeah. So when that inventory hits the market, you better be pre-approved because everybody is going to go see it and everybody's going to be ready to make an offer.
Oh, definitely.
Now, is this a function of interest rates, or is this why are people holding back? Because I know there are a lot of folks that probably could sell, but they're just holding back.
Yeah, I think some of it's interest rates, but I think it's really coupled with just the economy in general. There's just not a lot of consumer confidence in that.
Confidence, yeah.
You
Big
know,
time lack of it.
Yeah, you're going to the grocery store, you get 4 bags of groceries, it's $150, and you're back a couple days later.
Yeah,
you know?
and gas being, even though it's on its way back down, still for a while there we were doing $3.60, $3.80 a gallon for gas. That cuts into everybody.
Yeah. So I think the cost of living in general is what has people maybe a little more hesitant than they would have been in the past.
That makes sense. And it's just a matter of hoping and praying. And I think some of these policies are going to start to bloom here. The war really did and the gas price thing, as you mentioned, Eddie, really did pump the brakes for a second. But, you know, when you look at the macro economy, that's not exactly how a individual or household should make their decisions. They should actually look at what's right for them.
Certainly.
That's right.
And especially if, say, you're looking to buy, somebody could call you up. And, you know, I know some people get all nervous, like, I'm going to have to buy a place tomorrow or something. It's like, no, just start the conversation.
One of the first questions I always get, what are the credit score requirements? And 2 is, if I do this now, do I have to buy within a certain amount of time?
Yep.
And it's never too soon. Now, the only thing that's time sensitive is a credit report. It's good for 90 days. But if you just want to talk through numbers, we take what's called a bare bones app. We don't even have to pull credit. We can just talk through expectations as far as credit score, down payment,
I like that. No pressure.
You know, all that type of thing. We work on your time. And then when you're ready for us to, you know, do something more serious, then we'll work whenever you're ready for us.
And you're still helping out veterans?
Of course. What a silly question, Joey.
I like asking the simple silly.
Yes, we're still.
Best game in town for veterans, right?
That's
there.
right. 100% financing for a purchase. That means no money down. And then on the flip side, for those veterans that already own a home, they can take up to 100% of their home's equity.
Well, and I would encourage our soon-to-be governor.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a Florida house.
I've heard about
People
that.
have brought that up.
Yeah.
He should refinance with y'all because y'all can do that in Florida.
We can.
Yeah.
I love that. Alabama, Florida, Georgia, or Tennessee.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love you, Coach. Yeah. Am I leaving anything on the table here?
I don't think so. You hit the main points.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all check
Hold
out
on, there's
Alabama
one more
Mortgage
point.
today. Yeah, go ahead.
You and I have been working this guy for how many years?
Yeah.
How many thousands of dollars have we spent in advertising trying to get this guy into a house?
Mm-hmm.
At what point do we just quit, Madeline? Or have we just
That
not done it
negates
right?
everything I just said. I said I work on the client's timeline.
I know, but it's been 5 years.
I hear you.
5 years.
One of these days, he's going to wake up and be ready.
Yeah, I'm in a certain situation at the moment.
Investment property, though, Joey. You know.
Oh,
a young
goodness
man like
gracious.
yourself.
He just wants a carbon copy of himself.
Yeah.
Like, look, Joey, I could have bought this at 60 grand.
Yeah, I
Like,
did
turn
see
off your
that
jet
place.
ski. I could have bought this at 60 grand, and I just didn't pull the trigger on it.
I know you listen to these talking heads like Cardone and all, and they're all like, "Oh, you got to have this big investment portfolio before you worry about a primary residence." And I'm like, in my opinion, you need to go the other way. Let's put a roof over your head first.
Yeah, but Joey needs tax deductions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're looking out for. Are you a CPA now?
No, but a friend of mine, he's got a CPA business. So, but yes, and investment property. I sell investment property, and I'm just trying to help a guy out. Mailbox money, Joey.
So y'all check out Alabama Home Mortgage today. Maybe I do need to look into an investment.
I'm just saying, we worked on him for how many years? Please.
567-4223, still that number?
That's right, 567-4223, or they can visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com.
Folks, there is a difference in mortgage lenders, mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline Cannon here prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. So there's a story we were talking about off air, and you can stick around, right?
Okay, yeah,
You can?
I can.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Yeah. I wasn't giving you permission. I was more asking.
Yeah, I'm here.
That something was found in Wetumpka.
I guess it was found.
Or east of Wetumpka.
Yeah.
In Elmore County. But Wetumpka's kind of the marker there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But a bear was found.
Another one. That's number 2.
I did see something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody hit it with a car, right?
Somebody hit with a car.
Yeah. Sheriff Bill Franklin said it was a mid-sized bear.
Mid-sized black bear.
Can you imagine, have you ever hit a deer?
Nah.
Yeah.
See, I've hit a deer, and the damage that a deer can do, I can only imagine what a black bear could do to your car.
A big old dog.
Especially these new cars.
Yeah.
What's weird to me
Plastic.
or strange to me is most game wardens you ever talk to, there's no bears around here. There's no big cats around here. But then things like this come up. You're like, well, if they're not here, then what the hell is that?
And that's a mid-sized one. Well, what's a big one? That looks pretty big.
Do they travel in packs? Am I making that up?
No.
Are they lone creatures?
They'll eat anything they can eat. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not talking about eating. I'm just talking about as far as if there's one, is there more?
Yeah. They got a territory, but
Yeah.
and it's usually a couple mile territory.
Yeah,
but-
and isn't it like it's a mama grizzly or it's a mama bear with cubs? But actually, I think the males do not stick around. Like they'd actually would
in fact,
eat
they'll
the
come
cubs.
back and
Yeah.
try to kill the cubs so they can
Yeah.
get the mom to.
But that's where you'll see especially, and I'd imagine it's incredibly dangerous how protective a mother bear would be. But yeah,
I mean,
you're
that's
right.
true in Elmore
They
County.
always say
in a
we
couple
don't have
years.
these things.
Yeah. And the other one was in Wallsboro. This one, I think, was close to you.
Interesting.
But apparently there have been sightings in Alexander City and in Talladega in recent weeks.
Well, Talladega doesn't surprise me because there's big Talladega forest up there. So it cracks me up when we see them local. And like at that trailer park in Wellsboro. And it was known for quite a while.
They're just migrating, have gotten lost.
Nah, I think they for whatever, maybe it's a male and he got pushed out of his territory that he was in. So he just kind of.
His territory in Tennessee.
Whatever, yeah. Exactly. I think they've been here forever and a day. I know I've seen them in Titus before, but I didn't want to tell anybody I've seen a bear.
Well, people
like
talk
an idiot.
about big cats all the time, not bobcats.
No,
but
big cats.
Long-tailed big
yes,
long-tailed big
up
cats.
up in trees and things.
On people, they put out videos. They had them on their game cameras on the regular.
Like panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then wildlife fishers say that's not true.
That's not true.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, I was about to ask, you've seen a bear?
Yeah.
Have you encountered a bear up close?
In
Where it was
Alaska,
a little
yeah,
bit of a
frequently.
worrisome situation?
Yeah, in Alaska frequently, but here, no. I just up there past Kim's Conoco. I swear it was a bear that crossed the road right there. If it wasn't a bear, it was a hog. And I told everybody it was a hog because I didn't want to sound like an idiot. But I think it was a good sized black bear.
Now, dealing with bears, give us a little tutorial here, Eddie Bader. Say you run into a grizzly or a brown or a black bear.
Yeah.
Say you're in Alaska vacationing. I saw this video the other day, for instance. It's a woman walking her dog, and this fairly small brown bear is trying to just crouch up on him, just slowly approaching, kind of curious.
Delphin, yeah.
And she starts just going, ah!
Yeah.
But it wasn't loud enough. I'm like, if you're trying to be loud and big, and it's you got to do more than go, ah!
They tell you to try to scare the bears away. I remember hiking, they would tell people to wear bells and things like that because if a bear can hear you, he's not going to come around you, that kind of thing. But when bears have cubs, you inadvertently get between the cub and the mama or too close, That's a deadly game for sure.
Yeah.
Black bears, in my experience up there, black bears weren't as aggressive. And again, you could scare them off yelling at them, things like that.
Yeah.
But I always carried a pistol wherever I went, man. I wouldn't.
That's like people who stay in the cabins up in Pigeon Forge,
Yeah.
Gatlinburg area. All the videos you see are just the
Nuisance
bears,
trash
like
bears.
like pilfering through trash cans.
In fact, a friend of ours in Juneau, he was a taxidermist. He had a bear mounted next to a trash can and a Frito bag on his nose. And it was the funniest thing because that's generally what you see him. That's how you see him all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They're still dangerous though. Like those.
Oh, yeah, they're very
especially
dangerous.
The black bears where they are around, say, people, and they go into the trash can. But I'd imagine if you got too close to them, I just worry about the people that've like seen too many Disney movies. They're like,
Well,
"Look at the cute
Joey,
bear."
now there are a lot of people on YouTube that live out in the woods and they do have wild bears and they halfway tame them. They come hang out in their yard. They feed them dog food on the regular.
Now that sounds like something happening in Elmore County.
That probably explains what
I mean,
happened.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why we're
Because it's
starting to
usually
see
an
more
older
of them.
individual
Yeah.
and they're feeding them dog food and you're like, at any moment, this bear could eat her and, but there'll be 3 or 4 of them.
And
just laying
I'm
out in the yard.
sorry, but it's always women.
Yeah.
Like I can make, and it works
Well,
for
it
a
usually
time.
works, so too. And also, not just women, it's usually white women.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
obviously goes.
just saying.
What do you think? Shanita's got a pet bear?
No. Shanita knows better.
Yeah.
Yes, in these
He's got
videos,
some sense.
in these videos out in the parks where they get attacked by buffalo and stuff, it's not people of color.
Now I'll tell you something I'm seeing a lot more of than I have ever seen: coyotes.
Yeah, man, big time.
Like especially during the day. Like most of the time you don't see them because they travel at night,
They're breeding like crazy.
But there have been a lot of sightings
They'll
near
snatch
us.
your dogs and your cats, man.
Yeah.
Coyotes. Yeah, I don't think I've seen one around. Well, I'm in
There's a
Montgomery.
pretty good one over in your area.
Oh, and around, I guess, where still Marshall Field exists.
A little
to
bit
degree?
there and behind my mom's house, yeah, back there.
Okay. I haven't seen that one. I've seen over in County, I see rabbits. Definitely see rabbits. I saw a little chipmunk this
Mhm.
morning. Cats, of course. Not big, long-tailed ones, but
Sure.
Don't laugh at him because he doesn't have Elmore County wildlife in the middle of the city.
yeah.
Just because we
Not all of us-
see fox and possum and raccoon.
Not all of us
and-
thought ahead to be able to live up in Titus on the
You should
lake.
have seen City Mouse up there. City Mouse on the lake was hysterical. He even said several times, I'm just an indoor cat now.
Yeah, I am. I just want to lay down with my belly exposed in the sun on a comfy carpet. Like, I don't need to be out there trying to forage for myself. Or hunt.
No, but it's just you seem to be very, like you didn't get in the water. You never went swimming.
No, we were on a jet ski.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the sickest I've ever been in my whole life was after I swam in Lake Jordan.
Hey.
Yes.
See,
I got some
thank
kind of microbe, something nastiness. And when I showed up at the doctor's office with the symptoms I had, they said, you haven't happened to have been in Lake Jordan recently, have
Depends
you?
on what part of the lake you're in.
And I
we put
said
out weekly
yes.
water reports.
I know. Now, this has been many moons ago. But yeah, there's a reason you may have a little hesitation to get in the lake water at times.
I mean, I got waist deep when we're getting on and off the jet ski to go over by.
He wanted you to have your hair wet.
Right. This is not going to help my case, but I'm in the water all the time.
Oh no, this guy was a good, just a good steward of the environment. At one point, he just stops and he jumps off his jet ski with a rope, and he ropes up a log.
There was a big log floating in the middle of the lake, and somebody's going to hit it on a tube or something. So yeah, when you see that,
He
kind
did
of
his
thing-
Boy Scout deed of the
Yeah,
day.
I thought that's what you do.
I was like, look at that fella.
That's what you do.
He's a hero.
But I just,
But there's a difference between people who live at the lake and people who visit the lake.
True.
yeah,
So-
Joey's definitely a visitor.
Yeah, same. I get it.
Yeah, once in a while, I'll show up.
No, it's good. It's good. But I did notice you didn't go swimming.
No, like I was like, you didn't go swimming either, other than getting the log.
I went in a couple times, I thought.
But you can't see. Like
Do you open your eyes underwater?
no. But I'm talking about you
I
can't see
believe
what's
you're one of them people.
you can't see what's
I just-
underneath there. Like there's water moccasins and stuff.
And stuff.
Yeah, gator.
Yeah, I've got a green light. I'll send you a picture. I've got a green light on my pier at night, and the size of fish that swim over that green light are bigger than you and me between you and
I believe it.
No, and some folks, and to your point about being an indoor cat,
Yeah.
like some folks that I hung out with on July 4th in the evening, like cooked out, small group, went on the Coosa, floated the Coosa earlier in the day, and they invited me, and I'm like, I've already had enough time on the water. And I'm kind of glad because apparently it took forever.
It's a 3-hour tour.
Well,
If they're
and
not running
apparently
water, it's even
the
longer.
guy who was doing the safety talk was really just
Into
milking it.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't had this many people out here in a long time. And hundreds of people. That's great to hear floating the Coosa. But
I went on a vacation one time and we did a kayak tour of Tybee Island right off of Savannah.
Yeah.
And I had never
Is
been
that
in
your
a
first
kayak
Oh,
before.
boy.
Okay. And I mean, there's a learning curve.
Yes, there is.
And I'm like, I'm going in circles. and the tour guide goes, we're only as fast as our slowest kayaker.
And were you taking that
Look-
personally?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, go on and just call my name out.
well, let's take a call.
All right.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is Sam calling from Pike County, Alabama.
What up, Sammy?
Hey, been having a beautiful day. I've been running the mower over the place, and I'm taking a break. I'm literally sitting on the mower under a shady tree, looking at across God's wonderful blessing right here in Pike County. Madeline, I
Yes.
wanted to. I don't know if they tipped you off. Joey has a someone special listening to the show today, and so we want him to really sound it look good. So
Someone
that's
special.
someone special. Yeah, Joey went for a walk last night, and they had a nice talk and got to know each other. And
No, it was on July the 4th because she wanted to go sing Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July before it turned into Sunday.
Dang.
Well, you didn't tell me all about this.
And she's moving on Thursday back home.
Where's back home?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. That's too far.
I hope she
Love
stops in the
knows no
chat.
boundaries.
Anyway, a couple of things. Bears. I can sound off on Bears and something about the city, but no joke. My brother, years ago when he was over at Fort Bragg, South Carolina, North Carolina, one of North Carolina, when he would go out, he sent me pictures of the bear stealing his deer.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, his feed and stuff, the little black bears that were in the neighborhood. He never had any trouble with them when he was out bow hunting in Kirgon. And also Dothan, not too many years ago, 10 or something. It's got to be more than 10, but they had one come out of the swamp. You know, Alabama, plenty of, man, most of Alabama is a lowland. And that's just what I wanted to share. My grandmother claimed to have seen one before she passed, but I think she was nuts.
See?
By then.
See, that's why you don't tell people you see bears. That's exactly why you don't tell people you see bears in Alabama.
Well, it's, we paint a wide palette here. But last little thing, though, I was wanting to go earlier when we were talking about the convention center and all that. You know, I like to be a smarty pants and mouth off. Well, you know, Carmichael Convention Center is still open, isn't it? And but the Montgomery is not going to be. It's never going to be Birmingham. Birmingham would be pocket. Yeah, I used to go up to see concerts there. Was it Boutwell?
Mm-hmm. Boutwell Auditorium.
Yes, sir. I can't even remember the name of the places, but it was huge. I had the Prince. What am I saying? That's where. Anyways, but real shows, real venues, and I was thinking Alabama should play to its strength. And one of the things Alabama is known for is the bus. You know, all the bus boys. You know, everywhere you see is a picture of a bus. And I was thinking that's what we should invest in is our some fine buses. We will put you on the bus and haul you up to Birmingham. And you know, they got those double decker buses. You can pay that extra $10 and get the little private suite. So $10. But anyway, I'm just saying that was my. I think that would be. I'm just throwing that out there on the table.
Yeah, I appreciate the spitballing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you make it to a city council meeting. You can pitch those kind of
all the
ideas.
ideas they can get.
Mm-hmm. They need help.
Listen, enjoying the show.
Thanks,
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Sammy.
Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this?
It's Papa B.
Hey, Papa B.
How you doing? Guys, who we got in the studio there with
We
you?
have
Madeline Cannon.
Madeline.
Hello.
Hey. So it's called amoebic dysentery problem. That's what you have. Lake George.
Dysentery?
Oh, I don't know about that. Isn't that what you died from on the Oregon Trail?
It wasn't trail mix.
Yeah, it wasn't trail mix.
No, I mean, I've had it too from Jordan. That's what they diagnosed it as. But especially during months when it's warm like this, you can get it. But it's not just Lake Jordan.
pretty much any body of water, any fresh body of water that you might want to be in.
Even in the ocean,
in
you
the
get
South.
bacteria eating.
I wasn't hating on your lake, Eddie. I was just saying.
No, it hurt. You know, I was getting ready to invite y'all up and stuff, but guess what? Who's getting marked off the list?
You hurt me. You hurt me bad.
Yeah, plus, Eddie has some microorganisms he calls friends.
Thank you. Sea monkeys.
One of them might be you, Joey.
Maybe.
I'm just. Oh my goodness! So yeah, bears. You know, if you talk to people, old folks in the 1950s, that you know, a lot of the game really was just really way down in South Central Alabama area. They were just. I mean, even the deer population was just decimated. You know, from like the depression and everything, people just killing whatever they could in the woods. You didn't hear about bears in, you know, the middle of the state much at all. Down south, yeah, in the South Alabama area and all that. But my theory is that they're just getting very populated, especially in the rural areas. They're being pushed out because the rural lands are more rural now than they used to be.
Well,
prime example is, go ahead.
Well, I was going to throw this angle in here because I just got a message from a fellow named Chris. What's up, Chris? Said they won't admit there are bears and panthers here because the biggest industry in the state is forestry. They do not want to shut it down.
Yeah,
I think the tree huggers will come in and save the panthers.
Something worried about. I'm sure. But yeah, by the way, bobcat is not just a little old bitty thing.
No.
It's not a cute little half a kitty cat. Those things are can get pretty big, and you definitely don't want to mess with them, you know. But anyway, so there's, you know, and in fact, I told y'all I heard from our boat captain a couple of years ago down in Destin. He was telling us about their bears in Destin.
Oh yeah,
freaking Destin. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. Bears, I think that eventually we're going to have to do something about it. Nobody wants to hunt or shoot animals anymore, but it might be time to start rounding some up, you know.
Hey, Papa B, you think we got any gators in Lake Jordan?
Well, I know at least one, and he lives in my slough. It's about a 5-foot gator down in there. It's probably up under somebody's boat dock.
Yep.
Up in the Clay Bank.
We have a lot of gators in my neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what kills when people say we don't have them on the lake.
Yeah.
Why, is this water too dry?
Yeah.
Hey, Joey?
Yeah.
You mind if we talk about something existential after the break?
Yeah, we can hold you over through the break.
Sure.
Something existential, you say.
Existential. We're going existential on y'all.
All right, while we're on break, I'm looking up words.
Just skip over John Paul Sartre.
Like
he's miserable. Like he literally wrote a novel called Nausea.
Oh.
Yeah, that's anyway. We do have to hit this break. First, this part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. You know, if you're a man and you don't feel like a man, especially if you're getting up there in your 50s, 60s, it could very well be a low testosterone problem. But there are a lot of guys, even in their 20s, that just don't feel good. Like they are getting thicker around the middle. Like they have no metabolism to speak of. Sleep patterns all off. Like you work out at the gym, but it's not like you're seeing any benefit from it. So instead of just continue to do what you do, because I know guys will do this. Like we'll deny the problem. Being a man means not admitting my problems and just, you know, stuffing it down and grinning and bearing it. I'm definitely not going to the doctor. No, gentlemen, don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Get by Montgomery Men's Health because they've been treating men for things like ED and low T for almost 15 years. This is not like a last second, you know, pop-up store. They have a true history here. And what you need to do, whether you're in your 20s or your 50s, is know your numbers. And the urologist medical providers there at Montgomery Men's Health can help make that easy. And, you know, pills don't work with everybody. And also, like these online products, why are you really trusting it? Instead, go get an in-person evaluation. A lab, $99 testosterone test is real quick, just a blood draw, and your numbers, you can get those in about an hour. So call them up today. Make an appointment. Don't wait any longer. You don't have to feel like crap. You can actually feel like a healthy man. 440-3663. That's 440-3663. And be sure to tell them Joey that fella on the radio sent you.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of healthcare you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Here are several ways to attract more buyers to your home. First, price it right to sell, not to sit. An accurate market analysis will tell you what price it should be. Next, prepare the home to show and sell by deep cleaning by a professional cleaner, including carpet. Declutter all rooms, including closets. Evaluate flooring, replace if needed. Paint inside and out where needed, and make the kitchen and bath sparkle. How about the exterior? Are the colors faded on the shutters or fascia? Power washing them and all sidewalks and driveways and patios prior to listing the house. Remember, your price and curb appeal will create a showing appointment. Your condition of the house will make them stay and look longer and buy quicker. For all the steps you need to take to get your house ready for sale, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 334-221-2883 or 334-551-0225.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. It's more than just great prices on lumber. From Trex decking to energy-efficient windows and Tamco shingles, Alabama Wholesale Lumber has it all.
Rich Thomas Weather. Well, hi, everybody. We've got a pretty typical July week underway with very little day-to-day change. High temperatures most days in the low to mid-90s, triple-digit heat indices, lows at night mostly in the lower 70s. And, of course, the radar will light up each day with those random spotty afternoon and evening showers and storms. They tend to fade out at night. Some can produce intense lightning and very heavy downpours. That's par for the course in July. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
In a second. Welcome back. I just got tagged. Thank you, Brad Parker, in a video, and it looks like something crazy. A car crashed into a big old building. There's a fire on Carmichael Road. I'm trying to see.
That's what I was hearing when you guys were talking, and there was so
sirens,
much commotion in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and luckily there's a fire station right there.
Yeah.
And they're on top of it. What is that? I just missed the sign. Yeah, but right on Carmichael Road, and the vehicle definitely on fire. Anyway, what a mess.
A great way to start.
Where is this being reported?
No, that's right outside the Remax.
Okay.
And it's a car just on a, like it's
just right there.
No, it's just a video somebody who was driving by took and put up on Facebook. So I don't even think it's hit news stuff, but I appreciate you, Brad, tagging me in that. That's nuts. At least the fire department was on top of it.
Hey, they're right there, right?
Yeah.
We got some of the best.
Well, anyway, let's get existential with Papa B. Hey, Papa B, how you doing?
Hey, look, I just want to say one thing real quick. Madeline, y'all, I love working for y'all, okay? Y'all are just some of the best folks
well, thank you.
I have on my, that I sit on, y'all send me work and stuff, but y'all are just a pleasure to do business with. You really are.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And I can testify to the fact that y'all are just absolutely professional and some of the best folks out there that you'll ever want to deal with. If you're needing mortgage services and all, don't hesitate. Call them. They're great.
Thank you, Papa B. Is that the existential?
That's not existential. That's reality. But, I mean, I just want to say this real quick. So, what I really want to talk about, it's just too long to talk about, but I'm going to try to consolidate it real quick, Joey, and I can do that.
All right.
But, to start with, I would just like to throw out an example of what I would like to try to get to, okay? This is an old example. It's got it's dated, but it's still very, prescient, and it's, exactly what I'm talking about when I tell you that we have some existential threats here. Years ago, you all remember John Cougar Mellencamp.
Oh yes,
I love that guy.
Me too.
I mean, I love his music.
Heard so good.
He had some great,
sure did,
songs. But anyway, all of a sudden, out of the blue, for some unknown reason, he runs up on stage, prostrates himself before some random black guy and kisses his booty. What in the name of Sigmund Freud is going on here? What is going on? I mean, you look at that and you're like, this is strange, odd, but I would like to say that it is a perfect expression of what I like to call Black liberation theology. And my definition of Black liberation theology is this.
Mm-hmm.
It is the worship and adoration of the black race and the subjugation of the white race. And one of the stated goals of which is the destruction of Western civilization. This teaching, this doctrine, this religion, and it is a religion, is taught in our schools ad nauseum for decades now. It has infected every layer of government and institutions that you want to name in this country. And for no reason. It's totally a false religion. It's totally idolatrous. It's completely anti-Christian, okay? And it's not just that, like you're always right on the face of it. It's an undercurrent type of thing as well, okay? So this religion, though, is very, very powerful. And, because at its best, you just throw out the word racism. It's like a magic bullet. It just shuts down all discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that now we are getting some, perspective about it all, but we still don't quite have the full scope of it, all right? So when I say it's a religion, it has a original sin, okay? That being the enslavement of black Africans by white colonial powers.
Yes.
Now, I mean, don't bother with the facts that there were white folks enslaved as well. That doesn't line up, but that'll I digress. Don't bother to mention that too. That's just not part of it. But anyway, so you get to that. It has a plan of salvation. What you have to do, you name your type. I don't know, but it's more something of you got to, kind of adhere to whatever it is that a black person, if you're white, you pay respect to automatically. Some really random black guy, or a black woman, you have to pay your dues, and you cannot get out of line. You can't say anything bad. Lord, no. That would be labeling you then as a, heretic. You can't say anything bad about black folks,
Right.
No matter how bad some might be, Now, I want to make sure you understand that I want everybody to be treated fairly. Papa B loves everybody, as you know, even the bad ones. Okay? But going overboard does not solve any kind of problem. All right? And this religion has been glumped. Oh, also, it has a Hall of Martyrs. It has every element that a true religion, as a definition of religion, might
Yeah,
need.
I mean, it is I think it's a heretical interpretation of the Bible in many cases.
Sure
so
is.
it's going to take a lot of the aspects that come from the larger Christian orthodoxy, but it ain't orthodox in a lot of ways. And I mean, you said we keep this in a nutshell, so to speak, but my major critique is get out of the book of Exodus, get in the book of Numbers or the rest of the Old Testament.
Right.
Because sometimes actually those folks that come and conquer you, that is justice from God. Sometimes the reason things are screwed up is because you have screwed up. And yes, sometimes God will, and it's hailed in the New Testament. I was just talking about, Mary's Magnificat. Like, my soul magnifies the Lord. And it's all about how he raises up the oppressed and humbles the proud and the haughty. So like, yes, it's like a lot of, I think, liberal Christianity in the United States. I would put black liberation theology as one type one species under the larger genus of that sort of liberal Christian worship of the creature over the creator. And they're often very eloquent. I'm not saying everybody's a liberal Christian or a liberal Protestant for that matter is bad. There's a lot of brilliant people in all walks of life. But I've always found it as like off. Even back in my days when I wasn't believing much, I'm like, it seemed to emphasize certain things at the expense of everything else.
Yeah, I'm just say this, of course, the wrongs that, happened had to be addressed, both, from the slavery days, and it was, in our, in the Civil War and Great Britain, of course, ending slavery. So, things like that, the Jim Crow era. But, really, I found that you really can't go forward in life until you make peace with the past. Okay, you've got to have a forgiving spirit, and this movement does not. You have to have that continued offense in order to keep it going. And other thoughts and religious type of, and I say religious, like environmentalism, others, LGBTQ, that kind of thing, they've all glommed onto this very powerful religious movement.
Well, and now sometimes it's not even found in a church. It's found in a university. It's found in your HR departments. It wouldn't even claim itself to be a religion, but it's still functioning
Exactly.
in that way. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so, I just wanted to talk about that. I appreciate you letting me come in and chime in on it. Okay?
Well, you're always welcome. I always enjoy stuff like this. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.
272-9228. Anything y'all would like to add to the conversation? Or you want to get back to bears?
No, I'm good. Whatever. It's your show, buddy.
Joey's world. We're just living in it.
That's right. Just a squirrel.
Yeah. That was a cute chipmunk I saw earlier today. Because it didn't see me. I saw it through the big screen porch window. And it's just like,
Voyeur.
Thank you.
Because usually they're skittish. They run away pretty quick.
They're bad about getting up underneath your vehicles, too.
Get you a cat, and they'll bring you those chipmunks on the regular.
I do want a cat.
Oh, I've got one for you.
Oh, really?
I sure do.
I don't know if I want somebody else's cat.
What do you mean? What's wrong with her?
Why are you trying to give away your cat? Everyone needs a cat.
No,
You
I'm
want
over
chipmunks?
it. Well, she's an
Well, you got
indoor
two
cat,
boys,
so she
so-
doesn't do any like outdoor
Yeah,
hunting.
I know what you mean there.
I mean, I grew up with a cat. I always thought, but my cat was like a dog, and I didn't
Yeah.
realize that she was atypical. I thought that's how cats were. And so she spoiled me. So in adulthood, when I got a cat, and it's like what most people think of when they think of cat,
Yeah.
It was disappointing.
Yeah, I got one that literally saved its life as a kitten, and it growls at me as it
That thing is
next to me at
crazy.
night. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I go to his place. This one cat comes up and is like rubbing on me.
Yeah,
It's like,
Danny,
give me
he's
pets.
great.
Like sweet cat. Then I go inside and I look up and over, what is that, banister
Yeah.
there overlooking from the second floor is just staring and judging all of us.
That's judging.
And I tried to do the soft eye blink thing to just be like, no, I haven't none of it.
Well, I have
Like-
a rag doll. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's pretty and she knows it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Got one of those.
she's real, aloof.
Yeah.
So
The cat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Now, if she would come hang out with us and let the boys pet her and stuff, that'd be one thing. But she's just like an animal that coexists in my home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just something else to
They
take
tolerate, you more or less
All right.
tolerate it.
care of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
I mean, she's not
living room
mean.
lion.
She's just
Right.
not friendly either.
No, my cat is literally, the two outside cats are great, but the inside cat, she is
just mean.
just mean.
Yeah, she's not mischievous. Like you'll see some cats that they want to climb and knock stuff off and all that. She doesn't
Yeah.
do anything like that. She just sleeps, eats, sleeps, poops. That's what she does.
See, that's why I'm glad we have Susanna, because if we had an indoor cat, we
Mhm.
wouldn't have an indoor cat.
Yeah.
We just wouldn't have one.
Yeah.
I can't do the litter box thing.
Anyway, gotta.
On that note,
Yeah, be careful. You're around Lake Jordan and you got an indoor cat, so watch out for the toxo.
Oh, yeah.
Plasmosis.
I forgot about that.
We covered that last week. Apparently, it's like one of the most prevalent.
But it's more for more women, I think. Affected by it than
absolutely.
men, yeah.
what is this?
Toxoplasmosis. It's like a certain, I believe, parasite you pretty much get from cats.
Yeah, from cat.
Oh, like they
Playing
say
in
that's
the
why
cat litter
pregnant
box.
women can't
Yep.
clean the litter box. Yeah,
That's it.
Gotcha.
Anyway, like I said, we got to hit this break.
Let's break.
In the next segment, we'll be comparing the different denominations of Christianity and what type of cats they are. Actually, no, we're not going to do that, but could be fun one
He
day.
may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
From weddings and concerts to cookouts and construction sites, TT Porta Toilets has been serving Central Alabama for over 30 years. Whether you need standard portable toilets with wash stations or upscale restroom trailers for special events, the Tierce family has the right solution for every occasion. So when you're planning your next big event or project, make it easy on yourself. Call 285-5513 or visit ttportatoilet.com. TT Porta Toilets. Clean, convenient, dependable.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector.
That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig?
No, but it looks like you do.
And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich?
What's that?
I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man.
You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist?
That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE.
You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest.
You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience.
Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold.
That's right, man.
And I can see that you don't have very much experience.
What do you mean, man?
Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to start out small and kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich.
Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first.
You think he's got a shovel?
Never know till you ask.
I dig, man.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Not a lot of time in this segment. We got to do our top hour break soon, but let's tell folks about Pest Pro Services.
Dude, they're some of the best people in the business.
Yeah, they are.
So say you got a raccoon in your attic, or you don't know what you got up there. You just hear something limping and dumping all the time. I'd call them up. I wouldn't go up there and fight that raccoon, would you?
Right. No. And
Madam?
say it's like they even tell you it's a chipmunk. Might be cute outside, but no, you don't want one of those nesting up there.
Why do that when there are people willing to do that for you?
Right.
And while they're there, they can come out and check out, see if you have any termite issues. Definitely, I'd get it tested. Fire ants in the yard. That's
mosquito spraying.
I got hit up with the fire ants the other day. So yeah, fire ants in the yard.
And the mosquitoes are out in force, man.
I don't have that issue, Joey. I live up on the lake. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe
No,
it's the
this
fact
place
that we
I was
use
hanging
Pest
out
Pro
with
Services.
in Cloverdale.
Yeah, ate up.
Me too. But no matter where I go outside,
Really?
Yeah.
Come to my house. You won't get bit one time.
That's weird because mosquitoes like water.
They do, but you know what? I use Pest Pro Services mosquito protector.
I use Pest Pro too.
And it's funny because literally we hear our neighbors next door slapping, and I'm laughing because they're slapping at bugs.
Yeah.
They don't use them.
Well, there you go. I need to add that to my list of services.
I should tell them to do it.
They get the slapping, Eddie
But
gets the
yeah,
laughing.
I'm enjoying it too much. You know, they don't deserve it.
So you don't need to be slapping those mosquitoes at least. And wildlife control, like you mentioned at the beginning of this. Of course, if you just want basic pest control services from a great local, growing, successful company, check out Pest Pro Services. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or search for Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces, or just call them direct 265-9990. That's 265-9990. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie and throw in Madeline that we on the radio sent you. So I don't know what we're going to do in the last hour. I'm really not sure. Did you see 3 people were arrested after a drug deal leads to a shooting in Elmore County?
That does not surprise
I
me.
wonder if we had to guess. I haven't even clicked on the story. I just grabbed the headline. What kind of drug?
I'm going to go meth.
Meth?
Probably methed up.
Meth? Yeah, it sounds like meth. Doesn't sound like weed.
Nah. And cocaine, they done ruin that. So it's probably the meth.
We could also talk about how Senator Britt's calling out that crazy Nazi tattooed fella up there. And, it wasn't the SS tattoo that took him out, the Death Squad tattoo.
No.
It's now pretty, it's allegations, but pretty
strong.
Sexual assault allegations, which is not shocking given the stuff he would say over the years. And this is who you chose to run for Senate. You even have that commie, Mondami.
Yeah.
Saying Plattner needs to get out.
I think even Bernie Sanders has mentioned that, hey, he needs to go.
So we could do that or find something else completely different. Who knows? In fact, I have a story here, the dark side of the Brazilian butt lift. You never know where we're going to go, folks.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump is in Ankara, Turkey for the NATO summit. He's still making the case that the U.S. should get control of Greenland. He says the U.S. needs it for security purposes and also says that Denmark is putting little investment into the island. Meanwhile, the NATO Secretary General telling officials and the media most allies are on their way to reaching new defense spending targets, those ones being demanded by President Trump. Oil prices are up about $2 a barrel amid new tensions in the Strait of Hormuz, but it's AI stocks putting the real downward pressure today so far on Wall Street. High hopes remain for SpaceX, but top investors may have to show some patience. Many of the investment firms that underwrote the SpaceX IPO issued their first research notes about the company today and are recommending that investors buy the stock, but they forecast it to trade above $200 eventually in the next 12 to 18 months, but not necessarily in the near term. This is SRN News.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you so, but do you remember last year when I told you that Pure Talk was hands down the best wireless company that I'd ever used? Well, some of you were skeptical, but Consumer Reports just asked 120,000 people to rate every wireless company in America, including the big boys. Well, guess which company was the only company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. No service contracts, no cancellation fees, just great U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network for a fraction of what you've been paying. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I will encourage you one more time to dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Victoryland.
Victoryland Casinos, crowning 25K free play giveaway. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a pretty typical July week underway with very little day-to-day change. High temperatures most days in the low to mid-90s, triple-digit heat indices, lows at night mostly in the lower 70s. And, of course, the radar will light up each day with those random spotty afternoon and evening showers and storms. They tend to fade out at night. Some can produce intense lightning and very heavy downpours. That's par for the course in July. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
1819 News.
A suspended Jefferson County judge had quite a spending budget for self-promotion. Yeshiva Blanchard paid out over $1 million to 2 different consulting groups before she was suspended from the bench. CBG Strategies LLC received $637,000 and Green Consulting received $450,000 from Blanchard. Very large flyers were then sent out to promote Blanchard as probate judge. AL.com reports that the money used by Blanchard came from a discretionary fund within Jefferson County that was designated for archiving old county records. 1819 News has also been informed by 2 different sources that the FBI is now investigating Blanchard's spending habits. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Where I was living was not a great place to live anymore. I began to pray for a place to go, praying for all of these things that a 9-year-old would want. I wanted horses, big house with a bunch of people my age. I wanted parents. I wanted a mom and a dad. Before I even prayed it, the Lord had already answered my prayer with the Big Oak Ranch. Who would that 9-year-old be if she never came to the Big Oak Ranch? I would be trying to fight for survival instead of fighting to break a cycle.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
The former mayor of Tallahassee, Florida, who also ran to be governor of that state back in 2018, has now been arrested on drug charges in the city of Daphne. Andrew Gillum was pulled over by Daphne police for erratic driving. A search of Gillum's vehicle resulted in the discovery of meth and a meth pipe, as well as marijuana cigarettes. Gillum was booked in the Daphne City Jail and has been released on bond. A DeKalb County grand jury has indicted a man for abuse of 2 corpses. 2 deceased women were found in a home in Fife at the end of last year. Oliver Harper is being charged in this case. He will have an arraignment this coming September. I'm Andrea Edmonds.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
We're talking with Dr. Clark McLemore at McLemore Dentistry, and this is where I went a few years ago to get my smile reworked. Dr. McLemore, you have a great offer for our listeners.
We've got all of our design and manufacturing in-house. So what that means is if you come to us, we have the entire process under our control, providing top quality prosthetics and restorations. And that really impacts our patients' smiles, and it makes us feel a lot better that we're doing the absolute best we can for folks.
Visit drmclemordentistry.com.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws, hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
So, Eddie, you got to get out of here soon?
Yeah, I've got to go show some land in Marbury.
Look at him trying to sound important.
Got to show some land.
I brought the side-by-side and everything.
That's
Really?
fun.
So you got a trailer out there?
Yeah, because my fat butt ain't walking that 80 acres, man. We'll take the side-by-side.
Is that truck still making noises?
No, I took my wife's car.
Oh, okay.
For my wife.
No, that's a nice car.
Yeah. Took my wife. She's got four-wheel drive. Needed a four-wheel drive.
Yeah, of course. You got the trailer with side-by-side.
Right.
Because you're showing land.
I'm showing land today.
Marbury.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure I'll send you pictures of snakes.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go by my wife's office to get my snake boots. All I had was my little fancy sissy shoes here.
You know,
That
as
wasn't
much as
working.
I am an indoor cat, you forget that for 2-3 years, just to make money, I produced the Land Show.
Yeah.
With Dave and Johnny. I think Dave and Johnny's moved on to greener pastures, and there's new
Show's still
folks
out there.
hosting that
Yeah.
show now. That show still
Yeah.
goes out. But yeah, no, it was like a glimpse into a whole world that just wasn't me.
Did you
at all? But I loved it. I kind of was like, this
Do
is
you
great.
feel lost in it? Like,
No, because like as much as I am an indoor cat, city boy, like my dad has a lot of that country in him.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like it actually felt like this is alien to me, but I like it a lot. Like I like these folks a lot.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh,
hunting,
they're
the
good folks.
fishing, like they bring on these lovely women that do like the craft stuff, almost like the Southern Living sort of style stuff. And then of course, property, ocean land.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, it's a different, I'm now starting to see the charm of it. Like I always kind of wanted to live in the high rise in a downtown somewhere. Maybe not this downtown.
Good idea.
But now I can really see the charm of having like a bunch of property.
Yeah.
Like you have a house on it and then you've got a whole area that it's yours. And
You don't
like,
see your
there's
neighbors.
something just, I don't know. There's something, it doesn't even have to be big. It could be a modest situation, but there's something nice about that.
No
it would
doubt.
be a change for me because I'm really what I am. I'm a suburbs guy. Like I always grew up.
Yeah, but I think you would adapt pretty quickly, and I think you would enjoy the solitude.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'd have to be learn a few things.
You probably have to have a ceiling fan on because you're used to the bullets raining down on, Montgomery, so you need some background noise.
Right. Yeah. The Montgomery lullaby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, it's quiet over in the Downs.
Yeah. I don't know. I found one over at my mom's house the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's Bellhurst.
My bad. My bad.
There's a certain line. That's
Except, can't you get to one from the other?
Yeah. It's like
it is
literally a block
creepy.
over.
There, it is creepy.
You know how those county down folks are.
No, but there's something about like it stayed up, and I have noticed it really is nuts. Of like certain neighborhoods are so green and lush,
Yeah.
and like the
Pride of
amount
ownership.
of just ownership, yeah, and like love, and then other neighborhoods you're like, oh my God, this is Baghdad.
There are some neighborhoods like that in Montgomery, and I feel bad for some of the folks that are trapped because they do
They're
have
trying,
that,
yeah.
they have that pride of ownership. They're doing all they can do, but house next door is 13 shades of purple, and yeah,
man.
It ain't
So
good.
it's kind of, it's like you can just drive around the city, especially
Mm-hmm.
the older part of it. And, it is interesting. It did strike me as I was walking near midnight in Old Cloverdale. I'm like, oh, this is literally like the streets a Scott Fitzgerald would walk.
Oh yeah,
And like there is a lot of cool, there's something about a muggy summer Alabama night that's charming.
Did you hear the
Let's just
locusts
say.
screaming at you?
Yeah. Locusts going. There's one of the ladies was like, is that a monkey up there? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yes, thank you. Always go with that, Joey.
Yes.
That is.
I agreed. Yes.
Always go with that.
Or maybe it's a frog. I don't
Nah, it's a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
It's a monkey.
Yeah, one of those Cloverdale.
People used to laugh about us and the black bears. Now all of a sudden there's two of them.
Right, you never know.
Don't be afraid to put it out there.
Now, you say locusts. Do you mean cicadas?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Yankees call them.
Cicadas?
Yeah.
Cicadas.
Oh, I
They're
thought that was a
locusts.
southern
call 'em
thing.
locusts.
No, locusts.
Okay. I thought they were two different
okay,
things.
now you guys know better than me. Does it say in the Bible that the cicadas came down, or does it say that the
locusts?
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't mean to be schooling y'all on your
Yeah,
own.
I believe the
verbiage
Bible's
here.
got whole like recipes on how to at least cook those things up.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
Leviticus has got a lot of stuff in it. It's
What?
crazy. Yeah.
No thanks.
Or maybe those are the ones you can't eat. I don't know. It's not like I've become a Levitical priest.
No,
I
but
know
we
all
used
the
to-
ins and outs.
You
of
never catch them and hold in your hand and they vibrate like crazy.
Nah, man.
Remember, was it last summer or summer before last? It was like,
Oh yeah, Cicadaville.
yes.
I think that was 2 summers ago. Yeah.
And it sounded like sirens
Mhm.
outside. They were
Always.
so loud. Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah, but is this a thing like, and I know I've brought it up before, but as I've had this rejuvenation or my reversion back to faith, but it's deeper than anything like as a kid I had. I really do appreciate things like in the morning, hearing all the birds in the dark sing before the sun rises. Or like there are particular just sunsets or sunrises or moments where I'm just like, I just love it.
Well, you're a little bit
I don't know.
older now. I think you appreciate that a little bit more. Notice it.
Yeah, like just started noticing a lot of things that are just these simple joys and pleasures of life.
Well,
where you
enjoy
don't have to
that.
grasp at it; they're just there. and
Enjoy
it's
waking
beautiful.
up those mornings of the just hearing the birds chirping. Because when you get married,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna hear that no more.
Mm-mm.
You're gonna wake up to something else.
What?
It won't be birds, but it'll be a lot of chirping.
What?
No, it'll be the man in the bathroom clearing his throat in the morning. I'm like, is that necessary?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah. No, that I have had this thought of like being a bachelor and having my own area and stuff. It's like, man, yeah, I don't know about having another person, especially a lady. Like, I guess you just get used to
You
it.
get used to it, but the weirdest thing is, it's silly, but the weirdest thing is sleeping with someone. You really get used to that.
Sure.
Sleeping alone, all of a sudden, it's for me anyway. It's like I'm missing somebody. I really like being able to
What do you
reach
mean,
out.
just for you?
Yeah.
And then you get a bed full of kids, and it's the family
Right.
bed.
Okay, so when the kids stayed the other a couple weeks ago, I ran downstairs. They were crying. I slept with them all night. That made me so happy. Then the dog got in the bed. Then the cat kid got in the bed.
I mean, we jokingly call it the family
Yeah,
bed.
I love that. I
Yeah.
absolutely love that. It's like a big bird's nest, and we're all just laying.
Yep.
there. I dig it.
It's just more like, you know what? Have your own private bathroom to go,
Well,
lay down your wolf bait across the house.
do you see in your future? And I don't necessarily see it in mine, but I see a lot of people where you're not going to sleep in the same room as your husband at some point because the snoring or the so many people do that now where they like, this is my wife's room, this is my room. I'm like, really? And it's because of snoring
Sure,
or
yeah.
something else, whatever. I don't know
Night
if I could ever do
terrors.
that. Yeah, night terrors. I don't know if I could ever do that.
Yeah. I mean, I've survived 2 toddlers in my bed now for 4 years. If I can survive that, I think I can survive
I would think
snoring.
so.
Yeah.
I would think so. Although, man, sometimes snoring is kind of rough.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look over and yeah.
Especially when you got your own problems. Like, I know I ain't fixed either, but
No.
like, this ain't helping. It's compounding.
Take that pillowcase and
Are you okay? Goodness gracious.
let me catch this line right here.
All right, and you got to go here soon, right? Yeah. I was just killing time till he had to leave.
Oh. He's sticking around. He doesn't really want to leave.
I don't want to go. You're my favorite people. I got to hang out here.
Let's go to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Hey, Ole Miss, how you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Good.
I just wanted to make a point. I might be incorrect, but if I don't think so, the cicada is a flying giant bug like a fly. It goes in the ground for like 7 years, then hatches.
Okay.
And the other one is a giant grasshopper that had all the crops in Egypt.
Yes. See, there is a
Okay.
difference.
Yes. Eddie's just
Yeah, they're
wrong.
two different creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the cicadas you're hearing.
Eddie just left, so, but I appreciate that correction because we got to get this
We'll
right.
set him straight.
Take care.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's what it was, the every 7 years thing. And I think it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
that they were so bad. And I think they go hand in hand with snakes somehow.
And when they shed that exoskeleton,
Yeah.
like it really is the stuff of nightmares. Like
That's
that
right.
alien. Like, what is that on the fence post?
Yeah.
Now, there's one story I haven't really dug into it, but it could be a good one. And there's politics going on. Trump's in Turkey, and he's like, I don't really like NATO, but I love the president of Turkey. He's strong, and NATO sucks because, I asked for that. I didn't really need their help, Madeline, but I was testing them. And before I even was able to ask, they're like, we don't want to help with Iran. It's like, well, we spent billions, if not trillions of dollars, and you don't want to help us? We'll help you. It makes sense. It's fine. It's protect you from Russia. But when we want to do a thing, you don't want to help us. I get it. Anyway, I might not have come if this wasn't in Turkey because I love this guy so much. But
Well, I think the feeling's mutual because the Turkish president's been like hanging all over Donald Trump. All
yeah.
the video footage.
He wants those F-35s. He wants more integration with the West.
Yeah.
He wants to edge out Israel in a lot of ways. The Israelis do not want the F-35 sold to the Turks. But so there's a lot of politics stuff going on. Also, that Graham Plattner guy. Yeah, literally all sorts of sexual assault allegations at him. You now have a lot of Democrats calling for him to get out of the race. It's not, it's one thing like when an allegation just kind of comes out of nowhere. But when you have all these other like behaviors of how this guy has spoken about everyone, it just, I don't know. When Mondami the commie's calling for you to get out of the race, if Bernie Sanders is calling for you to get out of the race, yeah, maybe you should get out of the race. But we'll see. But this story I'm seeing is part of this weird, wild world of AI.
Okay.
Which I use. But it's also like this, well, let's see if this is actually going to work. Have you ever heard of Tilly Norwood?
I have not.
Tilly Norwood, the AI quote-unquote actor who sparked a frenzy of anger in Hollywood and across the wider industry in late 2025, is set to front her first feature film. Misaligned, announced by Particle 6, the AI-focused studio behind Lily Norwood, is described as a comedy drama telling a coming-of-age story infused with existential AI chaos. Set inside the Tillyverse, a surreal digital world located somewhere up in the cloud, the film would follow Tilly, an AI being with no real body, no childhood, and no lived experience of her own, only access to everyone else's. Things spiral when a seductive rogue bot from the dark web convinces her to abandon her guardrails and begin developing desires, impulses, and ambitions, making her more human. The film marks the full-length AI-featured film from Particle 6, which insists it is being designed as a hybrid production using traditional film and TV professionals, including directors, writers, and editors, working alongside AI specialists. It says AI training and mentorship will be built into the production itself. But I don't know. You feel like
this
watching
is alarming. Like, look, I just pulled a picture up of Tilly Norwood, and I would, if you didn't tell me this was AI, I would have no idea.
Yeah, no, and it looks like a beautiful young woman, actress.
Yeah,
that they just discovered, and there's something
alarming.
That is alarming.
Yeah.
But you know, it's also like if it works, it works because we have to admit that even like your classic movies, it's not real. Like it's real people portraying fake drama, fake comedy. Like it's not. I love it. I love watching movies and stuff, but
it's I guess it's a way of it's like animated movies, I guess.
Right. So and we've had no issue with the animation, I guess, but the idea of creating almost like a persona, like an actress that is fully not real. There's no voice. There's no anything. It's just all created by a studio, so to speak. That's what's unnerving.
Yeah, like what's the end game? They just want to have AI do all the jobs.
Yeah, I'd imagine a lot of them. But I mean, there's always the school of thought too, where, this will just create new jobs we haven't even thought of. I don't know.
I think they all want us to be wards of the state, have nothing and be happy.
Yeah, there's definitely that school. I don't know. It's I'm pulling up here for folks on the stream. Here's some photos of this fake AI actress. And you better believe there's going to be some like young dumb kid who like falls in love with her, if not already. Like that just tends to be the way things are going. Anyway.
It's just got to be the end times that we don't know what's real and what's not real.
Misaligned is currently in early development with key collaborators currently being attached. It will be produced alongside Particle 6's slate of AI production, co-production, and service work in film and television, and the commercial work of its campaign and brand division. So, I don't know. That's definitely, I guess, the future, but I think it's, I don't know. I'm torn on it. Because what if they make a really good movie? And people are like, this is great. This is dynamic. This is interesting.
Yeah.
But
you couldn't do it with real live actors. It's just a money thing. They don't have to pay this actress.
Right. Yeah, and well, but also, there's this angle of different types of folks would be able to create stories. Like you won't need a certain skill set. You'll need that an actual actor or actress would provide. You'll need the skill set of some AI credentials, like understanding how to work the actual technology. But then you'll also still need the basic underlying storytelling stuff. Like, you ever seen that clip of the music producer Rick Rubin? You know, the dude with the big beard, the Beastie Boys. It's so many people.
Yeah.
And he doesn't play an instrument, or at least not well. Like, he's not a musician in that sense. He's not a sound engineer. He's a producer, though, and he's had all sorts of hit albums with his name on it. They're like, well, what do you provide? And he's like sitting there almost like this meditating hippie. He's like, I trust in my sense of taste, and I know how to get the best out of people with my sense of taste and quality. And so I will lead people like with certain ideas and stuff. And you're like, oh, that type of person who, when you look at him, you're like, what did he even do? But like a lot of Red Hot Chili Pepper albums are not the same without Rick Rubin. A lot of the Beastie Boys stuff, not the same without that guy in the room kind of guiding things. And I think those sort of talents, whether music or movies, like really interesting storytellers, will probably be able to create some amazing things with this tech. And since it's a money thing, yes, I agree. There's going to be a lot of slop, a lot of bullcrap out there. But I think there's also, you remove barriers where you don't have to work with an actor. You don't have to work with the whole team. You can just tell the story, and stuff that you never thought of being able to do, you'll be able to do. I don't know. I'm torn on it, because you see current music producers who are really into, like Timbaland, who's had hit after hit after hit. He loves the new AI music software that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of our music's already gone in that direction. It's not, picking and grinning around a campfire anymore. It's long been sampling and
auto-tuning,
automation and
yeah.
auto-tuning, all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as drastic as a lot of folks make it out to be. I don't think we've already been sort of the frog in the slowly boiling water on a lot of this stuff. But there is also something about, like, if I watch Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and I'm like truly falling in love with that actress. Now I know she's dead, but like there is something like that person, that charisma comes out on the screen, and that was a real flesh and blood person with that sort of charm and that whimsy. Are you gonna feel that from a completely generated girl next door? Is essentially what they've gone with.
Wasn't there a whole movie about that with Joaquin Phoenix where he falls in love with his computer AI girlfriend?
They call her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a voice. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing else. And yeah, there's this heartbreaking scene where he realizes, he's like, how many other people have you told do you love? It's like 3,000. Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, it's sick. It's sad.
Yeah, really sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, and perhaps like the best thing is maybe we're too much into like the virtual, like maybe all those folks, those old fogies back in the day, watching too much TV, you're watching too many movies, you're just go out and live your life. And now it's social media and all these other things. Maybe they had a point.
Certainly.
Like, instead of living other people's stories while you sit there on the couch, go live your own story.
That's right.
And it's going to be much more fulfilling. It makes sense of a lot of the sadness that's out there and loneliness that's out there. But
that was the overall theme of, I don't know if you've had any reason to see it, but the new Toy Story.
Oh, really?
The
I
Toy
haven't
Story
seen Toy Story
5.
5.
It's all about tech versus toys.
The last
and-
one I saw was 3, and it was an amazing movie. I have
Yep.
to admit, that's like just an incredible movie, not just anime movie.
Yeah. So this one wasn't my favorite of, the whole Enterprise, but
Yeah.
I thought that the theme was really good, and it was not only good for kids, but for adults too. Like, get off your phone, get off your tablet, and live.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a wild world. Like, I spun up a new song last night. Like, sat down with my acoustic guitar. First thing that came to me, kind of made this chord progression as a little bit of a melodic picking within the chord changes. Put that into the AI app, then prompted it to do a completely different genre than acoustic guitar. Then was listening to that instrumental I just made and wrote lyrics myself. And then was able, within a few more extra 5-6 iterations, I had try it a few times. I've got a song that are my words, that are kind of my basic chords, but it's performed in a pretty epic way. Like it almost like a female jazzy thing going on there. And I'm like, that's cool. That's a fun way to spend an hour. Like, if you are interested in that sort of thing. And I'm not trying to make a bunch of money off it. I just enjoy it. I'm like,
Right.
it's good getting an idea out or getting a feeling out. So I don't know. I am torn to where then Elon Musk is, dropping like your point about the Joaquin Phoenix movie, like hey, have your romantic AI companion. And I'm like, oh no. Like, there's something in particular about that stuff that's just really, really creepy. So I don't know. We'll see where
Brave
it
New
goes.
World.
We'll see where it goes. Just checking out 1819 News before we hit a break here. Tuberville applauds Alabama and Auburn for denouncing the Protect College Sports Act, another example of Congress trying to micromanage what it doesn't understand. Huh.
Yeah.
And we also have a story of Andrew Sorrell saying, win or not, they're making $250,000 or more. Andrew Sorrell's criticizing state political consultants cashing in after unsuccessful races. I've been seeing this for years. Amen, Andrew. Amen. Like, and I've talked to know some of the folks that, I just got along with during the campaign. You go have a beer with them later. And yet some of the horror stories they tell of just getting ripped off. Like, you're running for office and you kind of bring it on yourself. And it's donor money and stuff, but like the bills that are sent to you for stuff that doesn't work and was never really intended to work, but we did the work anyway. And I almost want, the ideal to make the most money in that world is to win, be with us backing a successful candidate. And there are a few folks who, recently saw them last Tuesday at a big event who are very good at what they do. But you've got to wonder how many folks out there in that political consultant world never really intend to win. They're just like, oh, we got another sad sap. Ain't going to win anything, but we can get them, we can milk the donors through them, so to speak.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on. It looks like Philip Insler and Doug Jones are teaming up. They blame Trump and Tuberville for Tuscaloosa plant closure, but the company says otherwise. That's the latest from April Marie Fogel. And the 11th Circuit rules Alabama man convicted of child porn has fundamental right, quote unquote, to live with son. My God. That headline's shocking. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll pick something when we come back. First, this part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And there at the Goodson Group, Bo and his team are ready to help you out, whether you're looking to buy or sell property here in the River Region real estate market. Bo's been working in this market for 50-something years now. And so it means he's got the experience, and he can help you find that right place or get rid of that place, like buying or selling property. And of course, they also have management services available should you want to rent out your home, which really is a great idea in this market. But a rental investment's a great idea, but if you have no experience managing it, or maybe you do have experience and you're tired of doing it, why not, for a reasonable fee, have the Goodson Group manage that rental for you? So check them out today. You can always go to thegoodsongroup.com or give them a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson, the Goodson Group, great sponsor here of the program.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Bowen Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company, run by Alabamians for Alabamians. 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our news in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar. We're located over here on that beautiful Alabama River. And these hot days, you can come down here and rent you a pontoon boat. Bring your crew with you. You can have a girl's day out. Come on down here and rent you a pontoon boat. All you need is a driver's license, a credit card, a little common sense. We'll get you hooked up on a good day on the river. We also have an RV park down here. You can come down here and stay a little while. If you bring your boat with you, you can just launch and go fish all day. Yeah, you know, we also got a live music coming up this week. Oh, we're tickled to have Skylar Softly back with his all-star band. This is going to be a lot of fun. That's a 4 o'clock showtime Sunday afternoon. Check it all out, CapitalOysterBar.com. Go to our Facebook page. If you haven't never been over there, go over there and say hey. We'll say hey back maybe. You can see a menu, a map how to get here, about the RV park, all the information you need to know, and also the upcoming live music. Man, we'd love to bring in some national touring acts. Like I say, we'll kick it off with Skylar. That's a 4 o'clock showtime. So get down here soon. Come hungry. Bring the whole family. Bring your dancing shoes. Skylar will kick off some old rock and roll.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Well, hi, everybody. At the risk of those spotty random storms will continue well into the evening hours tonight. They tend to fade out overnight. Low temperature in the low to mid 70s. Then for tomorrow and Thursday and Friday, high temperatures will be in the low to mid 90s with triple-digit heat indices. Lows at night in the lower 70s. And each day, scattered, random, mostly afternoon and evening showers and storms. No surprises. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Well, Eddie had to leave, Madeline had to leave, but we got more stories to cover. And I'm looking at the face here of Doug Jones and Philip Insler. how these news sites, I'm looking at 18, but even I love 1819 News. They let me write what I want, but even some of these news sites, they don't pick the most flattering photos. But Phil Insler, who's the Democrats' nominee for lieutenant governor, and Doug Jones, who's the gubernatorial nominee, they are blaming Coach Tuberville. They are blaming Coach Tuberville and Donald Trump for the closure of the B.F. Goodrich tire plant, impacting approximately 1,200 employees. Whew, that's a lot of folks losing their gig. Let's see. Let's listen in. This is, I guess, Doug Jones from his Facebook page.
Hey guys, Phil and I came down to Tuscaloosa today to the steel workers, local 351L. And y'all may have seen that the B.F. Goodrich plant this week announced that they were closing this plant down. This came very sudden. There was no warning that this plant was going to close. It's about 1,200 good jobs right here. Most of them union jobs that have been here for 80 years or so. This is going to be a hell of a blow to the economy here in Tuscaloosa. It's going to be a blow to the Alabama economy. So we're down here to see what is going to happen. There was a lot of questions, a lot of unanswered questions over the next couple of years as this place closes down. But the one thing we want to make sure that we're there for these union members, that we're there to make sure that we can do whatever we can as we go forward in the campaign, and once we get elected, as what we can do to help all of these families.
Yeah, when we saw the news, like so many, it was just devastating. We knew how harmful this would be for this community and wanted to come. Leadership is about showing up. It's about listening, and that's why we're here today. But also to let union workers know throughout the state that we stand with them. It is not their fault. It is not high wages that are closing these plants. It's high tariffs. It's economic policies coming on a national level. So we need to do everything we can to support pensions, support insurance, support workers right here in Alabama.
Phil said something really important. It was not the union wages that closed this plant, folks. It was not the union. This was Trump tariffs. This is Tuberville tariffs. This is the economic conditions that we face right now. And as governor, lieutenant governor, we're going to do all we can to help the working people of this state.
Yeah, I don't understand how the tariffs did it, though. I didn't really explain that. And in fact, the company, in a statement released days before this video we just listened to, contradicted Jones and Insler's statements, explaining that two of their plants, the Tuscaloosa plant and a plant in Fort Wayne, Indiana, quote, operate well below their designed capacities, resulting in structural inefficiencies that cannot be sustained. At the same time, B.F. Goodrich Tires faces intensifying competition in its core recreation off-road market segment, even as the brand maintains a strong market share and remains the benchmark for performance in this category. Due to the size, footprint, and infrastructure of the Fort Wayne factory, the site is better positioned to consolidate the capacity and meet future demands for the success of B.F. Goodrich Tires. This is from Terry Redmile, Michelin's Senior Vice President for Manufacturing Operations in the Americas. Unfortunately, we could not identify any feasible structure that would enable us to continue operating in Tuscaloosa, while also supporting long-term value creation across our factories in North America. The company said that a gradual phase-out is scheduled to begin early next year, with all operations at the Tuscaloosa facility expected to conclude by year-end 2028. Michelin said no employee separations are anticipated in the immediate future as transition plans continue to be developed. But, pick what you can and run with it. But I don't understand why they said the tariffs did this. But, we're defending the union worker, right? I'm sure the wages had nothing to do with it, right? 272-9228. Now, this other story from Andrew Sorrell, he's laying out that there are a lot of folks, these political consultants that help run these campaigns that we all just went through. And some, like I said earlier, are really good at what they do. Like they win elections. And they've won elections for a lot of folks with big names. But they're talented people at winning campaigns. But then there are a lot of folks who run and they barely get any of the vote, and yet the consulting class gets paid handsomely Well, according to Andrew Sorrell, consultants currently take a 15% cut of all media buys in elections, with payments coming from donors regardless of a campaign success. Sorrell's telling Jeff Poor, I'm disappointed in the class of consultants we have in Alabama. I think they did a very, very poor job. The amount of money that they made, consultants are making 50% on all media buys. You run a mailer, you run TV ads, you run radio ads, you do digital. They're all making a 15% cut. And this is donors' money that's being spent here. Sorrell continued saying, if you're talking about $2.6 million in a race, and 15% of that's coming off the top for consulting, not to include the $500 to $7,500, $5,000 or $7,500 a month they're charging the candidate on top of that just for general consulting services. Some of these consultants, whether they win or not, they're making $250,000 or more off a race. In the Republican primary for state auditor, which Sorrell recently won, he estimates that one political consultant had earned up to $200,000. My opponent, again, he spent $1.1 million, he outlined. Somebody made $200,000 consulting that race in an effort that only got 32% of the vote. Yeah, this is the nature of the business for the time being, but it is kind of crazy. Like, I've been saying it for a long time, that before you get to make a decision at the ballot box, there are a lot of other decisions made behind the scenes. And all this money, all this energy, you got to wonder, well, is it for the best? Or maybe people can come up with some different types of contracts that protect the donor money. Who knows? But I think it's a system we got for the time being. I take Sorrell's point, though, to heart. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
This is TK.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, good. Listen, you weren't around back in the day, but back in the 60s and the 70s, one of the biggest power plants in the country was up at Gadsden. It was a Goodyear plant. And then we had a big plant down in Opelika, Uniroyal. And EPA put them out of business. It was the EPA, the restrictions on them. They said, well, we don't have to follow these restrictions if we move it overseas. We had West Point Pepper Rail. We used to have Russell Mills in Alex City.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided that you could get brown lung from weaving cotton cloth. So they said, well, we just move it to Mexico, Nicaragua, and all those jobs are gone. Every little town in Alabama had a sewing. That they made them cloth here, and every little town had maybe 40 employees that could get a job there anytime. Come and go. It's whatever their schedule was, and make garments. But that all left because of it was not. Part of it was economics. Part of it was economics, but the other part was the EPA.
Well, and it also sounds like NAFTA. It sounds like the so-called free trade stuff opened the door to places like Mexico.
NAFTA, yeah. You could, they could send it over to Philippines or Vietnam or whatever and pay them a lot cheaper, and so all the manufacturing left. Now we're coming back, but the car manufacturers and stuff, but.
Yeah, and that's where they're Jones and Inslee are trying to pin this on the tariff policies of the Trump administration. If anything, the tariff policies of Trump are the trade policies are a rebuke to the dynamics that created what you just described.
We've been going for the last 40 years.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a shame, though, is like all that stuff that you just described, sir, that was lost. It's not like because Trump's now playing rough with the tariffs, all that immediately comes back. It's gone.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was in the book business for a while. We printed books here, and then the EPA came and said that, well, the ink is toxic. You can't use ink anymore. So what do the publishers do? They moved overseas. and all the books were produced over in Indonesia and China or whatever. And then but what was amazing back in the 90s is all the boxes they shipped them back in were produced here in Alabama, all the cardboard. Well, they decided they could make their own cardboard. We don't have any cardboard factories here. That's why timber prices are so low. Pulp prices are, and of course, we went from copy paper to computers, so there's no more use for typing papers. The paper mills are barely hanging on.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like things change.
And there is something to be said about how, people are always like, follow the dollar or the profit. And, and I'm not against, it's better to make profit than a loss. But when you hollow out communities, when you hollow out a good, strong living, and you continue to hollow out the value of the dollar at the same time, no wonder everyday folks are struggling.
Well, if you go to West Point, Georgia, or Valley, Alabama, and even Opelika struggled for years. Now they've got the car plants there producing car parts. It almost killed those communities. Alex City, when Russell Mills shut down, the only thing they got left is the lake. They don't produce anything anymore there.
And I am old enough. I remember all my Little League baseball uniforms, all the football stuff. That was all Russell. And there was a time when all that shifted to stuff like Nike and Under Armour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a shame.
But it almost killed those towns. They're coming back. Alex City's got Martin in the tourist industry, but they don't produce anything up there anymore. And now we got Opelika and Valley and West Point. They put in the Kia and the Hyundai plant, and they're producing all the parts for them. You go down the Interstate 85, there's factories everywhere. There's plenty of jobs now, but it's the end of an era. Hey.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if we're going to see some rebuilding here, and at least that's part of the promise of the Trump approach, and it's going to just take some time. I appreciate the call, man. Great call.
Okay.
Thank you. Getting 272-9228 if you want to get in before we have to close up shop. Again, this part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings. They are back from their well-deserved vacation, week-long vacation celebrating America 250. But, of course, they're at Dillon Rings. They can help you out today, in fact. Josh is already back at work. Josh, the jeweler, he's already back at work doing custom design work. He can also resize things. Yeah, somebody told me the other day that a great ring that they received at a ceremony, like a great heirloom, it's their finger's too big for it. I'm like, you need to go see Dillon Rings. They can resize that thing for you and take care of that thing that means a lot to you. Of course, maybe you have you're divorced and you're the lady in the situation and you're still holding on to an engagement ring and a wedding band you never wear. Not like you're giving it back to that guy. Well, but you don't want to just pawn it off either. Well, they have all sorts of options for you there at Dillon Rings. They could maybe combine something, create a completely different type piece of jewelry for you. Or, they'll buy it off you too. Probably going to be better than the pawn shop. And, of course, they can do appraisals, like I said, repair work, custom design work, and not to mention their great inventory. So maybe you just want to go shop for something high-end, one-of-a-kind, or some everyday fun jewelry, or starter set jewelry. They got it all there at Dillon Rings. Just stop by today, 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway, and be sure to tell them that Joey, that fellow on the radio, sent you. We'll be right back after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
We get a lot of questions about what all we handle at Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. I'm Hannah Grantham.
And I'm Eddie Bader, and we will handle all of your real estate needs.
We handle all your buying and selling needs, from your first home, next home, land, investment property, and even commercial properties.
We do it all and have the experience that shows you what makes us different.
So when you think real estate, think Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. Look us up on Facebook or give us a call at 334-368-6358. And let us show you who you have on your sign matters.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hi, this is Jackson.
And this is Jamie.
From Southern Metal Supply in Prattville. Since we started advertising with Blue Water Broadcasting, our pole barn and metal sales have really taken off.
We just love our partnership with Blue Water Broadcasting.
Our advertisers are our biggest advocates. Call us to find out how radio can increase your bottom line. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Ray Bowles with Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. You're not going to believe what I'm doing right now.
What?
At this very moment in time and space, I'm sitting on a fork swing on the front porch of my father-in-law, Walt Hillier. Walt, you want to help me do that today? No, I'll pass. No, you don't? I'll pass. I'll pass. Yeah, it's a little humid out here, but we had some excitement down the street, and there's an ambulance and a fire truck. So he had knee surgery, what, a week ago? Two weeks ago. So he's getting around a lot better, but we just stopped by a second to check on him. And yeah, so I'm sitting on the front porch swing in the middle of a random day. There's nothing better to do.
Now, you're still checking up on everybody working, though, right?
No, I'm not doing that. Look, I literally had the epoxy truck show up. I had 13 pallets of epoxy, and I was so excited about the sale, I never thought, how am I going to get this stuff in the building? We had to park it about 20 feet from the building, then walk it in, go down 10 steps, hang a right, and go into another room, and we did that for 4.5 hours this morning. I got my leg workout done.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I see why you're sitting on the porch now. Daggone.
Yeah. Now, there's a hummingbird. We're checking out the hummingbirds at this point.
Well,
So
now
if
I'm
your day
envious.
is relaxing my day, why don't you pick up the phone and call Prattville Carpet at 285-8117? We can take care of all your flooring needs, because this is supposed to be a flooring commercial, not talking about my father-in-law.
Well, I want to hear more about the hummingbirds. But 285-8117, again, that's 285-8117. They'll come out when you call them up, do a free in-home measurement. You pick out your product, they get the floor down, or it's just that simple, really, folks.
Yeah, and hey, can I make one more observation?
Yeah.
This is going out to Lewis and Matt. This is why I'm the favorite.
You're a good son.
No competition. They love me. They love me a lot more than the other one. I can't wait to see their wheels.
Yeah, I mean, in particular, your humility. It's known.
I know.
It's
I
the
know. I
renown.
am. And I love, and I don't mind kissing up. I really don't. I'm all about it. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a great day.
Appreciate you, Ray. Again, the Ray Bowl was with Prattville Carpet. Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this?
Charles the First. Hey, Joey.
Hey, Charles. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I was going to tell you, I live 42 miles from that plant in Gadsden, so let me tell you what they're not telling you.
Yeah.
Gadsden is starting to boom because of Trump.
Right.
$430 million group called Mintz Group, and then the building that used to be the Goodyear building is got a business in it too that has to do with maintaining resources or something. Whole lot of other businesses are doing really good. So it's really a pickup from what kind of had been more hollowed out. And I just wanted to make that clear to everybody. You look up Mint Group, you're going to see the big acres, the money, and the jobs that are coming.
Oh, yeah, and it's just because it's not happening overnight, then it must be the tariffs' fault that there's any sort of restructuring at all being done by a massive corporation.
Well, and up here, it's kind of a push to make sure that they're getting a labor vote, do frame it the way that they did, you see what I'm saying? try to save votes in that area that they think that they might have. But anyway, I need to have a few minutes left. Enjoy the show and take care.
You take care too. 272-9228. Sounded like I was talking to a robot there for a second. It's 334-272-9228. Did we learn anything today? Yeah, we learned that Trump is not happy with NATO. He's not happy with them at all. I've been waiting all day to play this. He's pissed and ready to call folks out. I'm sure they are hoping a Democrat gets back in there, or at least somebody that isn't going to play as rough with them. But I tend to agree with the president on this. This happened earlier today in Turkey, where they're doing the NATO summit. Let's listen in.
Europe likely, and are you satisfied with the progress that NATO allies have
Well,
made?
we're going to see. I was very disappointed with NATO, and frankly, if it weren't held in Turkey, where my friend happens to be a very strong leader, a very strong person, it's possible that I wouldn't have attended. I felt I had to attend because of the fact that, I know he's gone all out. It was a big thing to have NATO come to Turkey or any place else. It's a big thing. But we weren't treated well because we did something in Iran. We don't need anybody's help. I didn't even want their help. But before I asked, they said they wouldn't be there. And we've invested trillions of dollars in NATO. Why? To protect European countries and others, Canada, etc., but to protect people, countries from, generally speaking, it used to be the Soviet Union, now it's Russia. And I say that's fine, but you would think that they'd be very willing to do something to help us, and they really weren't. In the case of the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister, I guess he's no longer there, maybe because of this. It was a very unpopular thing he did. He said, no, we'll help after the war is over. I said, I don't need that kind of help. We didn't need any help at all. And in a way, I was testing people. I was testing to see whether or not they'd be there, because I've long said that we helped them, but I'm not sure that they'd be there for us. And Italy turned us down, and Germany turned us down, and France turned us down. And it's okay. But, why are we spending hundreds of billions of dollars and they're not there for us? We've always been there for them.
Makes a lot of common sense. Anyway, I'm out of time. Y'all stay tuned. Happy Hour with Greg Budell. He's next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.